Good evening and welcome back to another live stream edition of Maddie's Rap with author and storyteller Matt D. Talford. The D stands for definitely. Definitely. The M stands for most and the D stands for definitely. All right. All right. Thank y'all for being here tonight. If you are new to this channel, welcome and thank you for finding the title and thumbnail interesting enough to want to click on the video and find out what we're talking about tonight. And if you are a returning subscriber, you are not a returning subscriber, you are family. So welcome back home, family. Welcome back home. What's up, Bernadette? Bernadette, first one in the chat tonight. What's up, Bernadette? Good evening to you, sister. Good evening to you. Man, it's so good. It's so good to be back on here with y'all. I'll tell you what, it has been an interesting couple of days since the last live stream. I know I told you guys I would be going live the day after the last live stream. But sometimes you moved in a different direction and you got to follow that divine advice. That divine advice is a divine device. So either or, you know, the instruction is a device to help you on your path, on your journey. What's up, Hot Shot? Thank you for being here tonight. Thank you for being here. So, man, listen, we're going to be talking about that eclipse that we had yesterday, y'all. Interesting things that happened. I'm not going to get into any of the that happened around it. I expected there to be some, you know, because we know that the forces of darkness try to plan their little stuff around, but they are so running out of time, y'all. It's almost laughable watching them work. I'm here to tell y'all, you know what? Maybe that's another attack y'all can use against the dark side. Just start laughing at them when they do this dumb stuff, y'all. I know, like y'all, let me tell you something. The dark side has gotten so predictable that is laughable. Like, you can call what they're going to do before they do it now, y'all. This is how you know we're at the end of the age and on the cusp of the flip. The flip is like here, y'all. It's here. It is here. What's up, B Royalty? Thank you for joining. Tora Girl, thank you for being here tonight, y'all. So listen, I'm not going to hold y'all with a long preliminary diatribe. I'm going to play a song, y'all, for y'all, because I think this song is relevant. I don't know if it's going to be like copyrighted, like remove that one, or if it's going to be okay to play on here. It's a kind of old song, and they let you get away with a little bit when it's an older song. But this title is fitting, y'all. It is fitting for what I told y'all is going to be coming with this solar eclipse activation in the sign of Virgo, which also happens to be in the South Node. The South Node. That South Node is when you driving and you look up in that rearview mirror and that image gets smaller and smaller and smaller until you can't see it anymore because you're into a whole new reality and dispensation, y'all. Can y'all tell by the look on my face that I'm excited about what's coming, that I'm excited about what's happening? What's up, Lady Dagger Status? Thank you for joining. Thank you for joining. So y'all know the time. Y'all know the time. Tap that like button for me. Tap that like button. I'm going to step around. I'm just going to step out and pop right back in, y'all. I'm not even going to make any tea tonight because I want to get started. I'm going to go grab me a bottle of water. And when I get back, y'all, we're going to talk about how this solar eclipse that happened here in the sign of Virgo, 29 degrees Virgo of all degrees, the 29th degree, the most rigid of all the degrees, a solar eclipse in 29 degrees Virgo that just so happened to be in the same sign as the South Node. We're going to talk about that, y'all. That's powerful energy. That's powerful. The 29th degree, y'all, that's the last degree before the sign flips. Did y'all know that? The 29th degree is the final degree. There's 30 degrees per sign. 30 degrees per sign, 30 degrees per house. That 29th degree is the last degree. Why? Because 0 is the first degree. I'll tell y'all a lot on here. 0 is the only degree of ether. That's the God degree. 0, all right? That 29th degree is the final degree. That 29th degree says, I'm over it. Look, y'all can't tell me nothing. I done been there and done it. I seen it all. 29 degrees Virgo. That ain't to be slept on, y'all. 29 degrees Virgo, a solar eclipse activating your 6th house. We're going to talk about that a lot. And don't enough astrologers do that for me. There are not enough of them out there doing that. They look at a sign and they tell you, go find that sign in what house that sign is in. And that is true. You should do that. That's absolutely true. But what often gets overlooked is the natural house that sign or the house that sign rules over naturally. Virgo naturally rules over the 6th house. So not only did you receive an activation? Oh, Matt, don't get ahead of yourself. Y'all can tell I'm ready to go. Y'all can tell I'm geeked up. Y'all hear the engine? I'm waiting for the green light. I'm waiting for that pole position. I got the pole position. I'm waiting for that. Boop, 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 boop. Okay, that was kind of. I didn't hit a fifth. I didn't hit a whole fifth there. I didn't have that range. My music people, y'all know what I'm talking about. That was supposed to be a fifth, but I didn't hit that fifth. It's a little bit too high. There it is. There it is. There it is. Okay. All right. Little fun, y'all. Might as well have fun with it. And those of y'all that are around my age group, y'all remember that old Atari game, pole position, right? I'm ready to go, y'all. I'm ready to go. But I got to get some water first because it's going to get a little hot. And I need to turn the air on. I should have known that. I should have known that coming in. So y'all listen, I'm not going to play this song till I get back because this song is only 2 minutes. But this song is so fitting for what I've been telling y'all is coming. I told y'all it's going to be a work stoppage, y'all. You got 3-eye Atlas out there. They don't know what it is, but they do. But they don't, but they do. You got 3-eye Atlas out there. Could it be that cloud by day and that fire by night that the Israelites saw when they were in the desert? Y'all see how I did that? Y'all see how I did that? Could that be the same cloud by day and fire by night that the Israelites saw when they were exiting from bondage and captivity? Was that cloud there waiting on them? Y'all better get with me. Y'all better stick with me. It's about to get real hot up in here. It's about to get real hot for some people. And it's about to get nice and cool for others. All right? All right? All right, y'all. All right, y'all. Let me get started, man. I see y'all in the chat chiming in. Yo, listen, speak amongst yourselves. I'm not going to play that music till I get back. All right? I'm going to be right back, y'all. You know what? I can't leave y'all like that because somebody going to turn it on and be like, what's going on? I don't hear anything. So let me give y'all a little something to hold y'all over before I get to this 2-minute song. Hang on a minute, y'all. We hype. Y'all watching Maddie's rap tonight, y'all. But I'm hyped for a different reason. I ain't like mad hype tonight. So that's good. It feels good. I don't like getting mad hype. I get mad hype when I need to. I don't need to get mad hype tonight. I'm glad hype tonight. See, I did that. Mad, glad. Y'all, I'm robbing tonight. That's a good sign. Here we go. Hang on a second. Let me give y'all just a couple of bars that is royalty-free reggae. And then I'm going to come with another reggae song that some of y'all may be familiar with. Hang on, y'all. Hang on. Let me get some here. Let me see if this is what I want. Let me see if this is what I want right here. Because I'm going to be right back, y'all. Okay. I ain't played this one in a minute. This the I Mean Business track right here. I'll be right back, y'all, watching Maddie's Rap with author and storyteller Matty Telford. Let's take it on down. All right, y'all, let's can that one. Eating a little piece of mint candy, but I don't want the mint in my mouth while I'm working on getting ready for y'all. What's up, family? What's up? read a couple of comments here before we. She said, Tor Girl said she saw. Oh, hold up. Let me go back. Let me go back up here. Y'all getting crunk early up in here. What's up? Y'all getting crunk early. Let me jump in right here. Tor Girl said, y'all see the rapture stuff going on? No, please elaborate, Tor Girl. Please do. I've heard a couple of Christian content providers on Instagram and TikTok talking about rapture, but y'all, some of them are so off. They are so off. Why? Because they still got 1948 state in their rapture talk. They still got 1948 state in the mix. Somebody don't know what they're talking about. If you talking about 1948 state and rapture in the same sentence, you're disqualified. You may go sit down. You are the weakest link. Goodbye. She said, you're hyper too. LOL, many have been. Yeah. Okay, Bernadette says she saw it. Man, y'all got to put me on, man. Y'all got to put me on. If y'all got some content, send it to me on Instagram, direct message. Y'all got to put me on. People really believe it. She said, I saw people giving away their property. They better keep that property. They're going to need some place to hunker down. Here we go. Y'all come to my crib. I ain't going to be there. And guess what I'm going to do? I'm eating up all my food before I leave. Sorry. I'm eating up all my food before I leave. You should have been treating people right while they were here. I ain't leaving your ice cube. I'm gonna unplug the refrigerator. Matt, the ship is here for you. Come outside, we'll beam you up. Okay, hang on. Let me finish these last couple of snacks and unplug the freezer and the refrigerator. I ain't leaving nothing for nobody. You should have been kinder. Okay. Anyway, she said, wait a minute, hold up, wait, I skipped one. Said, Tor Girl, they have lists on what to do and everything. Wow. That's just sad. Lost sheep. Grace and peace, everyone. It's the Feast of Trumpets, and I was thinking they were getting it mixed up. Yeah. Okay. Said, yeah, Matt, it's supposed to be tomorrow. Okay, well, we'll see. If it is tomorrow and it's definitive, if I get a download in my spirit tonight that it is tomorrow, I'm going to tell them to let me know what time so I can I'm going to get up in the middle of the night and eat up all my food. I'm eating up all my food. I'm going to get my dog food that he ain't supposed to eat. Yo, man, help me eat this right here, man. We trying to get rid of it. We ain't leaving nothing for nobody. I ain't leaving nothing on the table. I'm unplugging. You ain't getting the ice cube from here. Just keep walking. You ain't getting the ice cube. All right, y'all. So listen, let me play one more song for y'all because it's very fitting. Yeah, notice what I just said. If y'all got 1948 state in the conversation, then you missing the mark badly. You missing the mark badly, okay? Duchess of Wisdom said there's a transition happening into our new world, and the only thing they can identify with is a rapture. Exactly, Duchess. And welcome aboard. I've never seen your name in the chat. Welcome. And if I have, it's been a long time and I forgot it, so my bad. Welcome aboard, Duchess of Wisdom. All right, y'all, let me play this song because it's very fitting. It's very fitting. Faith is here. Oh, what's up, Faith? What's up? Yeah, they blowing. Well, yeah. You got, what is it? Rosh Hashanah starts today, something like that. So they doing what they do. It is what it is. I ain't mad at nobody. Y'all do what y'all do. Y'all keep playing Israelite, right? I mean, y'all remember my last manifestation video. I said one of the powerful ways to manifest is to play like you are what you want to be, and then you'll become that. But I guess it don't work 100% across the board because some folk been playing Israelite for a long time. Speaking of which, let me stop saying that word and get y'all the song. Hang on, family. Hang on a minute. Hang on. Y'all pay attention. Hang on. Let me give y'all something. Let me give y'all a little snackatizer here before we get into the content tonight. All right? Here we go. Y'all check this out. And I ain't going nowhere. Oh, hold up. Let me back it up. I want to make sure y'all can hear this. All right, here we go. Get up in the morning, slaving for bread, sir, so that every mouth can be fed. Oh, me Israelites. Get up in the morning, slaving for bread, sir, so that every mouth can be fed. Oh, the Israelites. What are they talking about, y'all? Oh, the Israelite. Is that 1948 state? I don't want to end up like Bonnie and Clyde. Y'all listen to them lyrics. Is that Malachi 1? Nah. Y'all listen to the lyrics. Not Malachi 1 and 4. Oh, Israelites. 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 Or not Malachi 1 and 4. Who they talking about, y'all? Who they talking about? They talking about 1948 state. They talking about Malachi 1 and 4? Nah. Y'all check out Vicky Dillard's last video she did. Y'all, she did a live stream. She did a interview with a UK journalist, a brother from the UK. Y'all check her out. Y'all check out who they say they scared of. Who they scared of, and who they scared of they ain't got no country, they ain't got no military or nothing. Go check out Vicky Dillard's last. I meant to do a community post on it, y'all. I might do it anyway tomorrow, whatever. But y'all check that out. That was that was Israelites by Desmond Dekker. Okay, Desmond Dekker and the Aces. All right, exactly. You saw that, Bernadette. You saw it. You saw it too, Tora girl. Okay, all right. So y'all know y'all know the time. It's a little late for that. That ship already left. Y'all should have been probably treating people right a long time ago. But you know what? They said the scripture says he'll send a strong delusion. And a lot of times he sends that strong delusion to activate Romans 9 and 22. All right? All right? Vessels of wrath fit for destruction. Lord have mercy. Lord have mercy. All right. So, but anyway, we ain't talking about them tonight, y'all. We're talking about how will this September solar eclipse in Virgo affect your life moving forward. I played that song by Desmond Dekker and the Aces because that poor me Israelite, that tune is about to be retired. It's about to be retired for a very long time. Somebody about to step back into their royal garb. Somebody about to step back into their royal garb, their royal authority, the royal priesthood has been reactivated. Let me say that en masse, because there's always been a few that were sent into the earth to do certain things to keep that continuity going, to hold the line until the return. All right. But we here now. And that solar eclipse in Virgo at the 29th degree in a 9-year. All right. With Virgo in the South Node. Y'all know what time it is. I ain't got to read that Jeremiah 30 and 8 again. Y'all know what it is. Okay. And let me give this to somebody because I'm kind of hot right now. Give me the ball, coach. Put me in, coach. Give me the ball. I got the hot hand right now. I can't miss. Let me drop this on somebody right now because somebody might need this. Listen, I told y'all in the preview before I played the song that among other things, when you look at these different cosmic transits and these activations, when you look at the sign, you don't just look at what house you have that sign in. You look at what house that sign is the natural ruler over, okay? You got that top level ruler, which is the sign that rules over that house, okay? I ain't dealing with the planet that rules over the sign. I'm talking about the sign that naturally rules over that house. Virgo naturally rules over the 6th house, okay? And then you've got something sub to that, which is the planetary ruler for whatever sign you have in that house, all right? But Virgo sits, naturally speaking, on a blank slate, a blank sheet of paper. Virgo rules over the 6th house. What is the 6th house? The 6th house deals with your health, your daily tasks, okay, daily routines. things that you analyze, things that you organize. That is the 6th house. And Virgo rules over that. Virgo also rules over the gut. Okay. When you're talking about the body, Virgo deals with the gut, the bread basket. Okay. All right. So some of y'all with that solar eclipse activation yesterday and even into today may have been purging. Now I ain't got to get into detail. I could put some emojis in. You know what? I'm feeling giddy tonight. Let me put an emoji in here that deals with what I'm talking about when I say purge. Okay. All right. Y'all stand by a minute. Let me put this in the chat. Hold up, y'all. Hold up. Your boy Matt on one tonight, y'all. Your boy Matt is on one tonight. Hold up. Give me what I asked for now. Give me what I asked for. Give me what I asked for. There we go. Boom. All right. Y'all gonna see it in the chat. Some of y'all may have been purging, okay? Because Virgo deals with the gut as well. So some of y'all may have been purging and you don't even know why. Some of y'all woke up with an extra urge to purge, all right? Some of y'all woke up with an extra urge to purge, all right? That has everything to do with that solar eclipse in Virgo, which rules over the gut, okay? Now, so I wanted to drop that in somebody's lap. Let me drop one more on you. Let me drop a gut hack on you, okay? Listen, y'all. Celery juice. I don't know if you're up on it. If you're up on it, put it in the chat, okay? New people coming into the chat, by the way, hit the like button for me so people know that we're live and streaming live here, broadcasting live, okay? So some of y'all are up on celery juice. You know, put a thumbs up in the chat if y'all know about the strength and the power of celery juice. It ain't the best tasting thing in the world. Juicing raw celery, it ain't the best tasting thing in the world, but it is good for you. Bernadette's Toro Girl said every day. Wow. Bernadette said, I actually started a 21-day health cleanse on yesterday. Interesting. But I wasn't even thinking about the eclipse. See how this stuff works, y'all? I'm going to show y'all some other stuff that had to deal with that eclipse in some pictures. And then we're going to run through some stuff to tell you what you can expect here. Okay. But the celery juice, I don't know if y'all are up on that. I drink celery juice on occasion when I'm mindful and I'm thinking about it because celery juice is really good for your body. But today I did something different, y'all. I mixed the celery juice with pineapple juice. I mixed it equal parts, 4 ounces of celery juice and 4 ounces of pineapple juice. Mixed it up. Shot it. Some of y'all, you know, when you got stuff that ain't all that palatable, don't taste all that great, it's kind of bitter. Some of y'all sit there and play with it. Don't play with it. Don't play with it. Because some of y'all back in the day would turn up a shot like it wasn't nothing. And shots are like one time at a work function, y'all, back when I was in corporate America, they were passing around, but we were celebrating some big, huge win or something on our team. And they were passing around shots of Patron. I never had one, but this was one time when now it wasn't peer pressure. I just said, you know what, man, we out here. We're going to be out here a while. I ain't never had no tequila shot before. Let me see what this is about. And so everybody's like, oh man, Patron, that's the best. Go. Yeah. How do y'all drink this? This thing tastes like feet. How do y'all drink that? All right. So if some of y'all can take shots, you can drink some celery juice with some pineapple juice mixed with it. All right. Get that in your system. Let me tell you what that did for me, y'all. Let me tell y'all what it did for me. She said, yes, celery, apples, lemon, and cilantro. I like that, B Royalty. Toro Girl for sure. She says celery juice is so good, it does purge. Y'all, I'm trying to get better about putting these on the screen. Shout out to Vicky Dillard. I noticed that she was interviewing the brother and still managing the chat thing. So shout out to her. Shout out to her. Y'all, I'm trying to get better about it. But I am a Mercury and Sagittarius, so I try not to get off track too much. So anyway, y'all, let me tell you something. It hit me after the fact because when I drank it, it wasn't even 15, 20 seconds, y'all, where I felt like I had just drank a freaking cup of electrical power. I just literally it was like, I was like, oh, snap. What is going on here? So I was that boss lady, yo, get you some of this in you. She's like, wow, that powered me up too. So check this out. It hit me. You have green and yellow together. What do I always talk about on this channel, y'all? Green is the color of which chakra? The heart chakra. Where does the heart chakra sit? It sits in the center of your feminine energy. Therefore, it is your feminine core. Yellow goes with which chakra? The solar plexus chakra. Where does the solar plexus sit? It sits in the center of your masculine energy. You're talking about chakra number 3, solar plexus, and chakra number 4, heart chakra. You mix them two combined, that's 7 energy. And that is your full core of your energy body, your masculine core and your feminine core. And I was like, no wonder I feel so great just less than 30 seconds after drinking this. So some of y'all might want to add that to your regimen. Get you some celery juice. And I saw in here again, she said celery juice with lemons. That's good. So she's getting it all. She got the greens. She got whatever color apples you got in there, the lemon and the celery. But let me tell you something. If you don't do nothing else but the celery juice and the pineapple juice, bruh, sis, you're going to thank me later. Thank me later. Go in the comments under this video and thank me tomorrow. Be like, Matt, wow, you put me on. So I wanted to share that with somebody because, again, we're talking about these activations in the 6th house of health. Now, that's going to look different for everybody because everybody's got a different sign in the 6th house. So the meaning is going to be slightly different. It's going to have a slightly different energetic coloring to it, but it's still an activation in your house of health and in your gut. Okay. All right, y'all. This is some powerful energy out here. This is some powerful energy. So let me look at my notes, y'all. And so we can get this party continue because it already started. It started right out the gate. Now, in tonight's live stream edition of Maddie's Rap, we will look beyond the fall in North America solar eclipse, which occurred at 29 degrees Virgo on Sunday, 9/21/2025, and discuss what activations and changes you can expect moving forward. And by the way, y'all, today is the 22nd of September. It's the first day of Libra season. So shout out to all of my Libras out there, all my Libra sons out there. Shout out to you. It's Libra sun in the tropical side. If you're looking at Vedic, we still in Virgo season in Vedic, but we ain't dealing with that. We deal primarily with tropical over here. So shout out to all of my tropical Libra sons out there. You and your season. You and your season. With that 29th degree of Virgo that occurred yesterday, we're leaving. We've left and entered into. So Virgo did that analysis. That's the closeout of the analysis. The closeout. The details have been provided, and now they're being passed along to Libra to balance the scales, y'all. So now we're entering into the season of balance, the season of truth, all right? The season of reciprocity, all right? The season of propriety. I know I'm quoting the 7 of the 7 principles of Mayat. We in there, y'all. We in there. It's time. It's time to get honest with ourselves now. The analysis is over. It's time to get honest. Get honest with yourself first. If you can get honest with yourself, then getting honest with other people ain't gonna never be a problem. Be honest with yourself. A lot of people who lie, they lie to themselves too, y'all. Or they don't have the courage to tell the truth. That's really what it is, since we're in Libra season. But we talking about this 29-degree Virgo eclipse that happened yesterday, okay? So with that, let me say, again, today is the first day of Libra season, which was the perfect day for me to release my new book, Twin Flames, Understanding and Solving the Problem of the Avoidant/Dismissive Divine Masculine. Let me tell you something. It is a very powerful relationship book. Very powerful. There's a lot of scripture in there. I told y'all I don't just come on here and do this here. This is my life. I live to show you guys the practical nature of the scriptures, the non-religious, because guess what? Religion really ain't all that old in the grand scheme of things. And religion as presented in the world today is a Saturnian function. It's not the way it was intended to be, which is a Jupiterian function, which is about freedom, expansion of your mind, body, and the consciousness. That is who the man that they labeled Christ was. He was the embodiment of the expansion of consciousness. The return back to source. The return to God. The return to the kingdom of God. That's what he represented. But the principles he taught went against religious doctrine, because that wasn't real religion. That was false religion. Remember, religion is a function of the 9th house. The 9th house is about freedom and expansion. But religion as presented in the West, Judaism, Christianity, and Islam, they're not about freedom. They're about control. They're not about abundance and expansion and gifts. They're about control and punishment versus reward. That ain't what the 9th house is about. The 9th house is that Jupiter energy. The 9th house is that gifts come without repentance energy. How you use them is up to you. How you use them is what gets checked in the planet that follows. Jupiter's here. Saturn comes after it. So how you use that freedom with that Jupiterian energy gets passed down to the next planet, which is Saturn. Saturn checks it. How did you use that freedom? Did you use it the right way or the wrong way? If you use it the right way, your karmic response that's where the rewards and correction come in. But it ain't in religion. It comes in that next sign, which checks karma. Karma is Saturn. Karma is your payback for what you did with that freedom that you had. We are free will beings. We come here with free will. We come here with an instruction set, but it is our free will to do it the way we choose. You can follow the instruction and get what comes with it, or you can go against the instruction and get what comes with that. If the box says bake the cake at 1 hour at 350 and you bake it, you try to get it done in 30 minutes and bake it at 450, when you mess the cake up, whose fault is it? Yours. You didn't follow the instructions. Let me get off that. All right. Because I took y'all all the way around the block to get you to the house next door to also tell you that Libra season, Libra rules over partnerships. Okay. It's Venus energy. So it's got that touch of beauty and you know, elegance and grace and that love energy, that partner energy. That is why I want you to check out my book, because it's going to break a lot of stuff down for you. Twin Flames, understanding and solving the problem of the avoidant / dismissive divine masculine. A lot of people that identify with that term. A lot of people that identify the term high level soulmates. A lot of people that identify the term divine counterparts. I've observed over the last 3, 4, 5 years where people are in this stuck loop, this loop cycle, and it is because of a lack of understanding. That book was written to give you that understanding, to free you. Once you have understanding, there's no longer any such thing as the only time. I know I'm cheating. I'm giving y'all a little bit out of the book, but here's a little taste out of the book. The only time something is a problem is when you lack the understanding of that thing. Once you understand that thing inside and out, it is no longer a problem. The real problem in the earth today is a lack of understanding, a lack of knowledge. What did the scripture say in Hosea 4:6? My people are destroyed for a lack of knowledge. And it's not because the knowledge isn't out there. It's because they reject knowledge. There it is right there for you. Now available in 4 formats. It is this collector's edition hardcover. And then I have paperback. Paperback is available for purchase now. Okay. And then I have Amazon Kindle and Apple iBooks. For those of y'all that got the iPhone, the iPlatform, the Apple platform, you want to read it on your computer, your iPad, your iPhone, you can go to the Apple bookstore and download that book, okay? Or you can go to Amazon Kindle and download that book. Or you can purchase the paperback for those of y'all that prefer a soft cover, or you can get the hardcover from my website, www.talfordarts.com. Go ahead and open up your understanding right now. It's Libra season. It's partnership season. We're heading into the fall. The temperatures are getting cooler. All right. The leaves are starting to fall down. It's the perfect time to sit on your back patio and read a book that is going to help you elevate your consciousness. All right. That's all I got on that. Now, let's get on with the get on. Bernadette says she's enjoying the book. Thank you so much, Bernadette. Thank you so much. Thank you. All right. So, and thank you, Tora girl. I appreciate it. I appreciate y'all so much. Y'all have no idea. Thank y'all. Bernadette, when you're done reading it, you can now go on to Amazon or Goodreads, find it, and leave a review so people know what you as a reader have felt about the book. Now, we'll give y'all one word of caution before I move on. At my first time out the gate was 2015, 10 years ago. And one thing that I learned the hard way is that when you guys, I know we're all family in here. You guys know me. I know you guys, a lot of you talk to me in direct messenger and such. Some of you I've worked with as clients. So let me say this. When you're writing a review on Amazon, please try to write it from the perspective of someone that does not know the author, because they got a really good algorithm on there that scans those reviews. And if it sounds like it came from a family member or a close friend or something like that, if it reads like that, they won't post it. It'll get rejected. It'll get kicked back. So please do me that solid when you go to review the book. Try to write it from the perspective of somebody that does not know the author. Okay. Thank y'all so much. Thank y'all. So now, let's get on into tonight, y'all. Let's get into tonight. Thank y'all for being here tonight. I am super excited, y'all, with this energy. This is y'all. I woke up this morning, and even yesterday was kind of calm. Again, I knew they were going to be trying some energy harvesting stuff. So I stayed mindful. I practiced mindfulness yesterday. I kind of stayed at home, just chilled out, watched a little bit of football. Some of you saw the short video that I uploaded yesterday talking about some of the throwback stuff that came up as a result with this lunar eclipse in Virgo. I'm going to be solar eclipse in Virgo. I'm going to be talking about that in just a little bit, showing you guys some pictures that I took of the screen. I couldn't show you the video yesterday because that's kind of a violation of, television broadcast rules. They don't like you to. So even with fair use, you got to be careful of the amount of time you show it. So I just said some stills will be fine. I can show the stills under fair use. I will show those to you guys. Yeah. And I don't know if I'm going to show y'all this other video or this other photo tonight or just save it till the next time. But I took a screenshot of those two brothers that look like shepherds in around the Jordan River or whatever it was, the 1850s picture of Jerusalem. Says, oh, it's Hebron. There was a stream in Hebron or something like that. Maybe I'll save that for another video. I don't know. Unless y'all want to see it and I see it in the chat, then maybe I'll pull it up. But anyway, y'all, let me get on to tonight. So here's what I want to do. I want to first begin, and thank y'all again for being here. I want to first begin by talking about what really happens or what the nature is of eclipses that occur in the same sign as the South Node. Okay, let me start with that. Understand something. When you have an eclipse in the same sign as the South Node, that is going to be a two-way traffic effect. Two-way traffic. Let me explain. Okay, let me explain. Two-way traffic. It does two things. The South Node, remember, the South Node is the overplayed themes in our lives. Okay, we've done this 1,000 times. We can do this with our eyes closed. It's time for us to learn something new. So we go 180 degrees in the opposite direction, which is the North Node. Okay, South Node is retired themes. North Node is current themes, is current destination. So you've got this two-way traffic nature when you have a solar eclipse, which is an activation in the same sign that is in your rearview mirror. Excuse me, y'all. Pardon me. So let's talk about Virgo. In the case of Virgo, this particular solar eclipse that happened yesterday, the energy from it forced us to examine our health, or I shouldn't say forced because it's ongoing. Like the eclipse event is over, but the energies are felt for a while. I told you the cosmos moves like a hand on a clock. It's not jerky. It doesn't jump from one to the next. It's like an analog clock. It's not a digital clock. Okay, everything moves gradually. So in the case of the solar eclipse energy, one of the things it is forcing us to do is to examine our health and our daily activities. Why? Because it's in the sign of Virgo. So it's forcing us to examine our health and our daily activities. Virgo is the analyst. It examines things. It analyzes things. It gets the details. So it's forcing us to look at the details of our health and our daily activities. And with the South Node, it's saying, hey, it's time to retire or put behind us the very things that no longer serve us. It's time to put those in the past. We talked about this some weeks ago, y'all. We talked about it some weeks ago. Now, these could also be things that affect our health. Physical primarily with Virgo, but guess what? Virgo sits on that same axis with Pisces, so it could also affect our mental health. Okay? So we're examining ourselves and we're looking at, hey, something that's affected, it's been affecting my physical health, something I've been trying to move away from, something I've been trying to get out of. Some of y'all are trying to get away from eating sweets, and you've done your examination. You're like, man, you know what? These sweets are making me feel sluggish. They taste good, but that temporary dopamine hit is not worth the sluggishness I'm going to get from this. And also for people to eat a whole lot of sweets and they wonder why y'all saw the emoji I put in there. They did that toilet bowl emoji. Okay. They wonder why that smells so bad. Sugar, excessive sugar will do that. Excessive sugar will do that. I know a lot of people talk about meat. Sugar is worse. Sugar is worse. Okay. Somebody needed to hear that. So anyway, that's just one example. Now, but there could also be things that affect our mental health. Remember, Virgo sits on the same axis with Pisces. So anything that has just been negatively affecting your mental health, things that have been cause for worry, things that have just been getting on your nerves, people that get on your nerves, situations that get on your nerves, programming on television that gets on your nerves, social media programming that gets on your nerves, music that is just irking you and weighing you down, like movies and stuff like that you've been tolerating. That solar eclipse activated something in you that forced you to take a look at that, and it brought some things up to the surface that said, hey, you know what? It's time for me to let this go. This is not good for me. It's not positively affecting my physical health. If it's something dietary, or if it could be an exercise routine. Some people are doing exercising that's bad for them. They are. There's some people that, hey man, I'm trying to get in here and get diesel, fellas, and I keep throwing up this heavy weight, but every time I do, I pull something. Well, maybe that is not the type of exercise your body needs. Maybe, and look at your blood type, because there's some there's some teaching out there with regards to what exercises are best for you based on your blood type. Okay, some of y'all are the wrong blood type for y'all to be in here trying to do this Lee Haney stuff. You just you struggling and you got somebody spotting. What are you doing it for? If you ain't doing no competition, you ain't in no doggone football league or nothing, you wrestler, what are you doing that for? Lift enough weight so you can be strong, agile, and look good in your clothes. What else do you need? If it's hurting you, because of no judgment. Some of y'all like that. Some people respond well to that heavy weight and they get diesel and ripped up, but others don't. Look at your blood type. There's some people that have done research on the blood type that tells you what types of foods are good for you based on your blood type, what types of foods aren't good for you based on your blood type, what types of exercises are good for you based on your blood type, what types of exercises are not good for you based on your blood type. So y'all check that out, okay? So that's one of the things we're talking about, this two-way traffic effect when you have a solar eclipse in the same sign as the south node, okay? So that's one of the things. We're talking about Virgo. We're making it Virgo specific. But generally speaking, two-way traffic, some things are going to be activated because solar eclipses are activations, okay? And that activation of the south node does two things. One, it opens that south node up for you to just push extra stuff that's in your current reality into your rearview mirror, put it behind you. But guess what? It also brings up some old themes from the south node, okay? Because it's an activation of this particular sign that matches the south node. So sometimes other old themes come up from the south node for us to just reflect on them, for us to review them. Is this something that I need to address that perhaps I left behind and I needed to address it, but I didn't get around to it? This solar eclipse is forcing those things up out of the south node so that, guess what? Virgo energy, you can review them again and say, hey, you know what? This is something that I put down that I didn't finish. I need to finish this up. This is something that I intended to finish, but I didn't. Virgo, daily tasks and analysis, okay? And it could have to do with health too. Maybe there was something you started doing for your health and you got away from it and it's coming back up. So that when you've got to close it out, when you have a solar eclipse, which is an energetic activation in the same sign as the south node, you have two-way traffic effect. You've got a two-way traffic effect. Some things that you got in your current reality are things that you need to get away from. And the solar, I told y'all, eclipses are like the Tower card in tarot. It is divine intervention. It's going to force something on you, whether you want it or not. Okay? Whether you want it or not. Let me show y'all some examples of those old themes that came up yesterday. And it blew my mind when I saw it on television. I'm like, OMG, they are showing this old school throwback NFL stuff from the late 70s and early 80s. Today is a solar eclipse that activated the south node. You can't make this stuff up, y'all. Let me share some of these pictures. Hang on. All right, let me go with I got a few of them. Let me show this. All right. So y'all can see that on the screen. This was CBS Sports. I'm showing this under fair use. This stuff down here, don't pay that any attention. That was my TV making an adjustment to the light. Okay. I got an old school television. I don't throw away stuff if it still works. If it works, I don't throw it away. That's just me. Okay. I don't have to have the latest and greatest every year. If it works, I'll keep it. Okay. So NFL today, that was the old stuff. That was the old style. Y'all remember they would show these old CRT big tube televisions. So you got this going on here. Nothing like the flat screens that they got this whole imagery set up. I'm sure it's probably some of it is probably green screen effect and just video on the green screen. But look at the look at what JB's wearing here, and he's got the pork chop sideburns. This old guy right here, Brent Musburger. You guys look him up. He was a stalwart on CBS Sports and the NFL analyst for years, 70s and 80s. Retired in the 90s, okay? And then you got Coach Bill Cowher here. Look at the handlebar, late 70s, early 80s, handlebar, thick mustache. Look at the messy hair wig. And, of course, and look at the suit. You got this big old fat tie. You got, I forget the brother's name, but look what he put some fake sideburns on. I think they're fake sideburns on here because he doesn't typically have them that thick. He's got the goatee going on with this pork chop sideburns. He's got the butterfly collar over here, another butterfly collar, thick mustache, and then the blonde wig. They went with the old school themes, okay? Let me see if I can switch and show you guys a different one. Let's see if that's on the screen. No, I'm going to have to do it the other way. Let's do it this way. Let me remove that one. And let me go with another one. Look at the graphics. No computerized digital stuff. They're showing you the old boards and how they used to do the chalk, the checks and stuff like that. Who's got the advantage of the offensive line? Who's got the advantage of the quarterback? You can't. Yeah, this stuff is it's just for them to bring this up out of the archives for yesterday. You can't call that coincidence. You cannot call that coincidence. Let me see if I can get one more for you guys. I think that is it. Let's see. Let's go with that one. NFL Today throwback on the day that the South Node is activated by a lunar eclipse. Solar eclipse. Matt, why do you keep saying lunar? Why do you keep saying lunar, Matt? Must be that divine feminine energy rising too. Must be that. That's coming up too. But anyway, y'all, so I wanted to share that with y'all. I thought that was very interesting that stuff came up as themes, old themes during a solar eclipse, which is an activation in the South Node. All right. So let me close that out and let me jump back over to my notes. All right. So now let's talk about that. Well, I already talked about the sixth house. I'm not going to go through that again. What I'm going to do now is I'm going to run through and just talk about how this solar eclipse is affecting you with that two-way effect, okay? Because some stuff needs to be retired. Other stuff needs to be brought forward. And remember, that 29th degree is all fixed energy. So that's all about, listen, I ain't budging. I've been in here before. I've seen it all. This is what we're going to do. You can't change my mind. That's the power of an eclipse that happens at 29 degrees of any sign, okay? But with Virgo, it's all about our daily tasks, our daily habits, okay? That practical nature, and all about getting the details and analyzing and seeing what's good versus what's not good, what's not good. Very grounded earth energy about getting the job done. Let's see. So the sixth house. Let me run through these really quick, y'all. And if I do timestamps, it'll be at the end. I'll probably come back. I'm not promising them with this. So let's see how quickly I get through it. So let's talk about the sixth house, and then we'll get house specific. And for those of y'all that were looking for a new moon manifestation video, y'all saw my last live stream, which was today's Monday, Saturday. Was it Saturday or Friday, y'all, that I did that last live stream? I don't even remember. But it was Friday. No, Saturday. It was Saturday. So y'all that were on that live stream, I talked about manifestation and what is the best way for you to manifest based on your natal chart. Okay, what you got? It was all about your eighth house. What sign you have in the eighth house? That's the energy you want to operate in with your manifestations, as well as looking at, the helper. I'm not going to redo that. Y'all go back and look at that video. But that being said, typically when we do a new moon video, we talk about new moon manifestations. Y'all have been on here with me enough to know how to do your manifestations. You work with the energy of the sign that new moon is in. This is basically was a replay of the new moon in Virgo video I did in August, because we had two back-to-back new moons in Virgo. That ain't no accident either. Okay, the creator wanted some details to come up, and come out. And with that eclipse, he wanted them to get corrected, some things to get corrected, to force some correction into our lives. Okay, activations. So that being said, for those of y'all that still want to do some new moon manifestations, go and look at the August new moon in Virgo video that I did. Find the timestamp for the house that you have Virgo in, and your instruction will be there. Now, what we're going to do is we're going to go through the 12 signs and tell you how your sixth house may have been activated by this eclipse. All right. Again, I'm focusing on the sixth house. Why? Because Virgo is the natural ruler of the sixth house. So if your sixth house is in Aries, you probably, this solar eclipse probably activated something in you that is going to be no nonsense, leadership energy, charging forward, charging ahead, not being apologetic for what you're doing with your body, with your health, with your daily task, how you do things. Aries is leadership energy, it's cardinal fire. The cardinal signs are all about activities. They're about action. So you probably are now on this thing where you are stepping up and you're taking charge over your health, mental and physical. You're probably also charging ahead with your daily tasks and saying, hey, I'm not waiting on anybody. If I don't need a team, I'm going to do this by myself. If you need a team, you're taking the lead and you're probably pushing people's buttons because the fire signs spur us to activity. So if you need a team for some daily task, some daily routine, some function at work or just in your daily life or whatever, you are probably prompting people to get off their crooked letter and get it done. Hey, listen, you're holding me up. I need to do this and I need you. I can't do it without you. Let's go. What are you waiting on? That is probably the energy that this eclipse activated in you. Okay. That's probably what this eclipse activated in you. So it could have also activated something where you're getting more back in tune with getting your body in shape. Okay, man, listen, Aries energy, that's that Mars energy. So it's about taking action. It could be about competition as well. But you are like, hey, I'm going to go back here. I'm going to do this. I don't care. Y'all get out my way. Like we said in the army, there was a phrase in the army that we used to use: lead, follow, or get the hell out of the way. So y'all are probably on that type of time right now. If you have Aries in your sixth house, you're not playing. Now, remember, this lunar eclipse that's in the same sign as the South Node, guess what you probably did? You probably also got rid of some stuff that wasn't working for you. You probably said, hey, you know what? This ain't working for me anymore. This thing that I was doing, it ain't working. It's got to go. Whether it had to do with your health or your daily task. Some of the other things you guys also may have done, you may have also just had a spark of activity with regards to reorganizing. Virgo energy is about cleaning things up too. That's the cleaner. I know a lot of people who are Virgos that are OCD with cleaning up. Okay, they are just some Virgos I know. So depending on some other placements that may or may not be true, because there's some other placements that can hamper that. Okay, so Taurus placements can hamper that. Sagittarius placements can hamper that sometimes too. But some of y'all you may have been going through your house. You may have found yourself going through your house and getting rid of a bunch of old stuff. Getting rid of this. I don't need this anymore. This has got to go. It's time to clean. It's time for something new. That eclipse is out with the old and with the new energy. Okay. It's a two-way effect. So that is if you have Aries in your sixth house. If you got Taurus in your sixth house, okay, you probably are like, let me stand 10 toes down on what it is that I need to do for my health. You probably got really bold and really grounded with regards to your health, mental and or physical. Okay. Mental and or physical. The other thing is your daily tasks. With Taurus sitting in that sixth house, you probably tied money and value to your daily tasks too. And you said, you know what? I'm 86 in, or I'm getting rid of the stuff that is no longer listen, I've been doing this for a long time. It's not making me any money. It's got to go. Okay. Taurus is about abundance. It's about wealth as well. Wealth, resources, finance. Those are Taurian themes as well. Okay. Luxury too. Luxury things too. You probably threw out some stuff to make room for new stuff. Okay. Because Taurus likes nice things. So this could have activated that for you. You throwing out old stuff so you can get new stuff in. And with that daily tasks again, you probably made room you probably really analyzed what is it that I'm doing that's earning me money and what's not earning me money. So you got an activation to begin to do something that is going to earn you more money than you were earning before. Whatever it was you were doing, it wasn't working, so it went out. That's if you got Taurus in that sixth house. If you got Gemini in that sixth house, you started changing up your conversations. You started, listen, even the people that you talk with, you probably got rid of some old conversation so that you can have new conversations, new things with new people. You probably said, hey, it's time for me to learn something new. You probably said, it's time for me to learn something new. Let me watch who I talk to on an everyday basis and what we talk about on an everyday basis. You evaluated that. Something came in to spark a change for you. It activated your voice with regards to your daily tasks. Maybe it activated your speaking up with regards to your daily tasks at work. Maybe you spoke up and said, hey, you know what? This is what I'm going to do this time. It activated, even though that's kind of Aries energy too, but it activated that communication. It activated, it sparked you to learn something new that's going to benefit you some way in either your health or your daily routines. And guess what? It also got rid of some things. Guess what? That South Node probably also brought up some old themes with maybe conversations that you had with other people in the past. And sometimes those are good. Gemini is at those twins. So it could be some pleasant conversation, or maybe somebody popped up from your past that had a pleasant convo with you, or maybe somebody popped up from your past. And it could be a conversation that could be in your mind. Okay. Because Gemini rules over that third house, which is about your conscious thoughts as well. Okay. So maybe something popped up from your past. You started giving thought to, man, you know what? Maybe I need to call this person up and let's because perhaps it was affecting your mental health. Okay. I don't know. Those are just some themes for if you have Gemini in your sixth house. If you got Cancer in your sixth house, guess what? That rules over home. You probably started throwing a whole bunch of old stuff out of your home with this solar eclipse in Virgo. You probably started throwing away some old stuff. You probably found some old stuff that you hadn't seen in a long time. You could have found some old things that you haven't seen in a long time. Maybe you it also rules over family. So maybe you got a visit from some family members that popped up from your past. You hadn't seen them in a long time. Okay. So those are some themes there. But maybe you started really evaluating your home environment and seeing what works at home versus what doesn't work. I don't need this anymore. This has got to go. This is clutter. This is taking up space. This is something I've held on to for too long. It's got to go. That's that out with the old South Node energy. You're retiring something into the South Node. Now, for things coming up, maybe there was something that you always wanted that you never got around. Maybe there's something you always wanted to do in your home or to do with your home, and that came up. And you're like, you know what? Let me go and get this. Maybe that thought popped in your head. Okay. But maybe you also got some details with regards to matters of the heart and your emotions and how your emotions affect you on a daily basis, how perhaps your emotions affect your work. If your emotions were affecting your work negatively, you shed them. Okay. Or maybe this activated a spark of fresh emotion that's going to motivate you to do some new things on a daily basis. Some emotions tied to your health that says, hey, you know what? This is the direction I'm going to go in now. I feel good about me. Man, I'm feeling good. What happened? It was the eclipse. I feel good all of a sudden. You've been down too long. Now you back up. Now you're up. And you take that and you ride it. You ride it out. Okay? All right? That is if you have Cancer in your sixth house. If you've got Leo in your sixth house, then guess what? A new spark of creativity, a new spark of passion around your daily routines. Hey, you know what? I'm now passionate. I was doing that for too long. You know what? I'm bored with that. Let me move. Remember, Leo rules over the fifth house of things that make us excited, things that we find fun, things that we do that makes us feel good. It's also about creativity. It's about passion. It's about romance. All right. Maybe with that South Node, maybe some old romantic partners tried to creep back up that you just wasn't having in the past and you ain't having them again. Maybe they popped their head back up and you're like, nah, you out of here. Nah, we ain't dealing with you. We ain't dealing with you. You got to, you stay in the past. You stay in the past. Okay. All right. Or maybe there's an old flame that you really had a thing for and that just never materialized. And maybe that person came back up and maybe there's a new conversation being had. Okay. That's one possibility. But maybe your artistic creations, maybe you got a spark of creativity to create something all new, to create something that is all new. Something, maybe you created a new system that's going to help you get organized with that Leo in the sixth house. Leo in the sixth house, okay? And maybe some of y'all, maybe I don't know, daily routines, maybe some daily routines are popping up that's going to lead to pregnancy. That lives in the fifth house. Children, okay? So those are just some themes. They're not all of them. Those are just some themes. Let's move on to if you have Virgo in your sixth house. That's the natural. You write it home, okay? You started doing some new things. You let go of some old things that you were doing on a daily basis that were not serving you, okay? You brought in some new health routines. You let go of some old health routines, okay? Maybe some old things came up that you needed to address with regards to your daily routines. Maybe some things that you needed to analyze from your past came up. It's general. It's general. When you got Virgo in that sixth house, we're talking general at this point, because Virgo is at home in the sixth house. It's the natural sixth house ruler. Okay, so maybe there's just some general themes that came up with regards to your health. Maybe you got a spark of new health initiative and you're running with it. Those solar eclipses are activations. The South Node is retired themes. Maybe there was something that was affecting your health that you were doing daily that you've analyzed, and this solar eclipses shined a light into your situation. Remember, eclipses are upgrades too. They're software updates. We shut down, we reboot. There's a new program. Some of y'all were tired yesterday. Some of y'all slept yesterday. Some of y'all were tired today. Some of y'all were tired dragging. Some of y'all may have slept a little bit longer Saturday night going into Sunday morning. That's that cosmic software upgrade. That's why your body shuts you down. Think about physically. Your body shuts you down so that it can do its repair work. You get an injury. I was watching football yesterday. CeeDee Lamb from the Dallas Cowboys had a high ankle sprain. I guarantee you it didn't hurt as much this morning when he woke up as it did when he did it. Why? Because your body does repair work when you hit that deep sleep. That's what these eclipses do. This is why people get tired around solar eclipses sometimes, getting that software upgrade. Same with lunar eclipses. Lunar eclipses, though, shed old linings so that new stuff can come in. And then when the solar eclipse comes in, it does the activation work. That's how that works. So that's if you got Virgo in your sixth house. Now, if you have Libra in your sixth house, guess what? There's some daily routines, daily tasks that you were doing with regards to partnerships. Okay? So out with the old, in with the new. Some things that perhaps you were doing in partnerships that didn't work, they got retired. New partnership energy coming in. Some of y'all retired some relationships and are getting, so the new ones can come in. They may not happen exactly on that date of that eclipse, but the retirement, the spark of retirement hits you, so you can retire that old relationship so that a new one can come in. And it's not always a romantic arm in arm, hand in hand relationship, hugging around the neck relationship. Sometimes it's a business partnership. So this eclipse activated perhaps some new partnership energy. And it doesn't always mean that you're getting rid of a partner. It could just mean a new spark of energy around the health of that relationship. A new spark of energy, something that's going to improve the health of that relationship. Okay? Something that's going to improve the health of that relationship, or something to help you balance your health. Something to help you balance your health. Maybe your health was out of balance. Now with this energetic upgrade from this eclipse, your health is getting balanced out. Part of that balance is, guess what? Those balance scales do like that. So something is being brought up, something else is being brought down to equalize you. Those are just some themes. Partnership, okay? So you got the sign of partnership in the house of health. So maybe a new partner came in to help you identify some things that were going on with your health. Hey man, did you know about? Look at what I just shared online. During this live stream about the celery juice and pineapple juice. Look at what I just shared. That's partnership energy in the house of health. I just partnered with you to share some information that will help you improve your gut health. Y'all see how this stuff works? I'm telling you, when it's an eclipse, you ain't got no control over it, and you be wondering, how did that happen? That's an activation. That's divine intervention. That's a universal tower moment. This stuff happens. That is the love of the divine father and the divine mother shining into your light. Light too. Because light and life are the same, When there's no life, there's no light. Right? So, man, that's beautiful. That's beautiful. All right. And speaking of beautiful, Libra rules over beauty. So maybe now what it is that you do every day is going to get a little bit more beautiful. Okay. Old themes coming up sometimes. Hey, you know what? They come up to get dealt with. Maybe you identify and you're like, nah, you can stay in the past. And others, you know what? Let me circle back around and revisit that. That actually might work for me. All right. Let's move on to the 8th house. Okay. Not 8th house, Scorpio rather. You got Scorpio in the 6th house. Guess what? That's all about transformation. That's all about transformation that is going to improve your health. Some sort of transformation, some sort of transmutation. Somehow now the universe has stepped in and taken something that was bad for you either away so that something new can come in, because that's eclipse energy too. Something got retired to the South Node, but maybe the universe showed you how you could flip something and that was bad and turn it to your good. with regards to your daily health habits, your daily routines, your health. That's transformation energy. That is transformation energy. Scorpio in the 6th house, that could also be your sacred energy exchange partner. Maybe there's some sacred energy exchange stuff going on there that was affecting your health negatively. Boom, it's going so that something new can come in. Or maybe there's something new that's coming in. Maybe there's an activation. Maybe some of y'all have been having trouble in that area, and boom, now you got activation of, you got some new fresh energy there in that area with that Scorpio in your 6th house. Okay, maybe you analyze that, but it ain't just that. Again, my favorite theme for Scorpio energy is the transformation. It is powerful transformation, y'all. It is the ability to take darkness and turn it into light. All right. So, and perhaps maybe some of y'all had an old boyfriend or some old girlfriend call you up. Hey, text you WYD, and you text back WYM WID. What you mean? What I'm doing? Don't call me. I ain't heard from you in 25 years. What you mean? Yeah, I know we did it last time. We ain't doing that right now. Or, you know, it might have gone the other way. Yeah, we did have a good time, didn't we? I ain't doing nothing. Come on through. We all adults here, y'all. Laugh. All right. You sip some water on that. All right. Now, if you got Sagittarius in the 9th, in the 6th house, you got Sagittarius in the 6th house, something is expanding for you. Your health is increasing. Your health is increasing. It's increasing. It's improving. Gifts. Okay. Gifts. Expansion. Okay. Maybe you've taken a trip that's going to improve your health. Maybe that activation is so that you can go someplace that's going to help you improve either your mental or your physical, or both. Mental health, physical health, or both. Okay. Maybe you meet somebody from a foreign country. Maybe you go to some foreign location or something and you learn something that's going to improve your health. Or maybe your daily tasks just get expanded in an abundant way. Or maybe you get wisdom. Maybe this solar eclipse activated some wisdom with regards to how you're doing what you do on a daily basis. Maybe it activated and ignited some wisdom with regards to how you take a look at your health, the things that affect your health. All right. Okay. And maybe some old knowledge comes up. Maybe some of y'all come across some ancient knowledge that you didn't even know about. Maybe there's some old book of remedies that somebody wrote in the 1800s, and that pops up and gives you some wisdom with regards to your health. Pardon me. Remember, Sagittarius is higher knowledge as well. It's higher knowledge, but it's also abundance, expansion, increase. And maybe you're getting the gift. Maybe you're getting some gifts with regards to your daily tasks, your daily routines. Maybe you're getting some gifted. Maybe your analysis capabilities are expanding, perhaps. Okay. Your analysis capabilities, maybe those are expanding if you've got Sagittarius in that 6th house. I'm gonna go through the other houses too, y'all. I'm gonna go through all of them, but this is some of it's going to be redundant, but I was guided to do it this way because a lot of people that cover astrology, they tend to just stick with the house that you have that sign in, but we don't see enough focus on the house that sign rules over. And I see both being ignited in my own system, in my own life, my own situations. Okay. So that was Sagittarius in the 6th house. You get a little bit wiser about your health. You get a little bit wiser about your daily routines. Okay. That wisdom leads to you retiring themes that no longer serve you. That wisdom, that influx of wisdom leads to your sending into the South Node things that no longer serve you with regards to your health and your daily tasks. And maybe some old themes again, maybe some old wisdom, some ancient knowledge, just like I showed y'all those pictures of the throwback NFL stuff coming up on yesterday. Maybe some old information that you didn't have access to before now appears, and it's going to help you improve how you do what you do, or help you improve your health. Okay. Now let's move on to Capricorn. Capricorn in your 6th house. Guess what? This solar eclipse activated achievement. You're going to reach some milestone with regards to your daily tasks. You're going to reach some milestone with regards to your health. This solar eclipse activated the solution to perhaps a problem that you were having with your daily tasks. It activated the analysis, and you're being able to pick up hone in on details that you could not see before. But remember, because you didn't see them before, it doesn't mean that you're not good. It just means that it wasn't divine timing. Eclipses are part of the celestial clock. Remember that. So if something didn't come up before and it's coming up around this eclipse cycle, it's because it's divine timing for it to come up in your life. So now you have that solution. You've been laboring, you've been toiling, and you're just like, man, I just can't figure this out. This eclipse perhaps activated or is activating the solution to some challenge you were having with regards to your daily routines, daily tasks, perhaps your health. Okay. And maybe some old problems try to stick their head up and you identified and said, nah. I already overcame that. I'm not going over that again. I overcame that situation with regards to my health. That's not that we're not doing that again. Remember that South Node, sometimes old things try to creep up, but sometimes they're to the good, sometimes they're to the not so good. But the beauty of that analysis energy and that stalwart energy coming from 29 degrees Virgo is that you're not falling for it. You're not falling for the dog and pony show again. All right. That's if you've got Capricorn in your 6th house. Now, if you got Aquarius in your 6th house, perhaps there is some new information that is going to help you do something. You're just going to come up with a new way of doing things. Aquarius energy is about innovation. It's innovation. So now you've gotten this solar eclipse is activating some innovative way for you to manage your daily tasks now. Maybe you were doing things in a way that just weren't working for you, and you've been trying to come up with new ways to do it, but it wasn't hitting. This solar eclipse in Virgo, with you having Aquarius in your 6th house, has activated or is activating some innovative new way. And remember, creative too. Aquarius sits on the same axis with Leo. Leo is about creation, creating something new. Aquarius is about innovating, making something better, improving upon something. So the answer is coming to you now. It is activating the analysis that's going to give you the details to show you how to come up with an innovative new way to do whatever it is that you do on a daily basis, including managing your health. Aquarius is fixed air energy. So now you're locking it in your mind and you're like, okay, this is locked in. I got it. The Father has given it to me. The Mother has given it to me. It's in here now. I got it now. I got this. This is what I'm going to do. That's Aquarius, okay? The other thing is Aquarius is the liberator. So maybe this eclipse is activating your ability to help liberate others who are in some stuck energy in their daily tasks. Maybe you step forward, it rules over groups and teams, that sort of group participation. So now maybe this activated something in you that's allowing you to help free others, to help liberate others, to help others improve their health. You and others. When you improve yourself and you got that Aquarius energy, you're helping to improve others as well. Okay, that's daily tasks. And maybe some old themes came up like, this is really what you ought to be doing. Remember, Aquarius is the rebel. And because Aquarius energy is accounted for in 29 degrees, Aquarius energy is in that 29th degree. So you supercharged. You like, nah. That didn't work for me before. It ain't working now. But you also might get some up out of the South Node, something old that maybe you had forgotten about that you were working on before. And because life happens, you let it go. And now it's coming back up and it's coming back around. And that Virgo energy is allowing you to see those details. You're like, wait a minute, that was something I was working on before and I just dropped it. Why did I drop that? That is good. Let me pick that back up. That's going to help me with my health. That's going to help me. I'm doing a new, innovative, creative new way to help me with regards to managing my health, but helping me to manage the health of others. Could be people that you team with. It could be even your family. Remember, you're on that same axis with Leo. Leo is very family oriented. Even though it rules over children and Cancer is more family, still, it may help you to improve the health of your children because you're on that same axis. Leo and Aquarius are on that same axis. Okay. But Aquarius is the champion for the cause and the rights and the freedom of others. So there's some new energy that came to you that is going to activate the way that you manage your daily tasks in a way that represents others. And you're like, you know what? I'm not just doing this for me. I'm doing this for everybody. And that knowledge is coming to you because the details Virgo provides the details. That's Aquarius in the 6th, okay? And finally, if you got Pisces in the 6th, we just talked about the mental health aspect of it. Some details has emerged that's going to help you liberate and free your mind, free your subconscious mind, okay? Bring you up out of the doldrums. It's also going to, perhaps something comes across with this Virgo. You're going to get some details, perhaps from the ancestral realm. That some ancestor may come through. Virgo's on the same axis with Pisces. So it's like the two share information. Those are on the same axis. Virgo and Pisces, same axis. Virgo's the head. If Virgo's the head of the coin, Pisces is on the tail side. If Pisces is on the head side, Virgo's on the tail side. So you got that Pisces, and Pisces naturally, Jupiter, you get a little bit of that Jupiterian effect. It could also be like having Sag there, so you could be getting some gifts there. But the thing I always say with Pisces is keep your emotions at a high vibration. And that goes for all the water. If you got Cancer in the 6th, if you got Scorpio in the 6th, or Pisces, which is what we're talking about, keep your vibrations at a high level, because Neptune is always waiting to play tricks. But with this activation, the universe is forcing it on you. So it's going to force it on you. It's going to force this change on you. Just keep your vibrations high, okay? So you could be getting some downloads with just your imagination is probably activated by this solar eclipse, which you have in Pisces in the 6th house. Your imagination is activated with regards to what you do on a daily basis, how you do what you do on a daily basis, what and how. Virgo cares about the details, so it's about how you do what you do on a daily basis. Okay, 29 degrees Virgo. Guess what? 10 toes down. It's going to be 10 toes down on doing that. So that shift is coming for you with that Piscean energy. Okay, it may be a direct download. You may get angelic assistance because, again, Pisces rules over the 12th house bridge, which is the bridge between the physical and spiritual. Okay, the natural and the spiritual, the tangible and the intangible. Okay, the present day and past lifetimes. You could, the South Node is past life energy. Maybe you get some knowledge that came from, maybe you have a vision or something, or maybe you get some past life regression that gives you knowledge from a previous iteration of you that is helping you to do something better or to improve your health. Hey, you know what? I just saw I had a past life regression, and in this lifetime, I saw that this thing that I'm doing now negatively affected me in that lifetime. Thank you for showing that to me, Father. Now I'm going to turn this around because I saw what happened the last time I was here. Or maybe an ancestor comes through and says, son, daughter, don't do that. You come from the same lineage as us. This is how that affected us. It's time for you to do it differently. This is how this affected our health. It's time for you to do this thing differently. That's if you got Pisces in your 6th house. Okay. Now I'm going to go back through. We're going to circle it back around. All right. And then I'm going to go through. I don't see too much going on in the comments, so I'm going to keep it going. We're going to circle back around, and now I'm going to talk about what house you have Virgo in, okay? If you've got Virgo in your 1st house, or you're a Virgo rising, Virgo ascendant, okay? This activation has done something with regards to your appearance. You've looked at the details of your appearance and or how you're showing up. The South Node, we talked about this earlier this year, y'all. What gets retired, what needs to get retired from Virgo in this energy with the South Node being in Virgo is the 2 Achilles heels of Virgo. The 2 Achilles heels of Virgo. Overthinking and overanalyzing, boom, it's gone. Let this solar eclipse activation push that energy into the South Node where it belongs. And if you've done it before, but it's like it's trying to creep back up, push it back down. We're retiring overthinking and overanalyzing yourself, overthinking your appearance. How do I look? What are people? The other Achilles heel of Virgo is not just overthinking or overanalyzing or paralysis by analysis, but it is caring what people say about you, caring what people think about you, and even worse, caring what people might say about you. They haven't even said it. You thinking about what they might say if you show up a certain way, or you thinking about what they might what they might think about you if you show up a certain way. That needs to get retired. 1st house Virgos. Virgo rising, Virgo ascendant. It's all the same. It means the same thing. That is what this eclipse is showing you. This eclipse is showing you where perhaps you have overanalyzed yourself, or where you've cared too much about what people might say or think about what it is that you do and how you show up, how you appear. This eclipse is activating now a new version of you showing up for yourself every day. Showing up. How do I think? Later for what y'all think, what do I think about how I look? What do I think about how I show up? That is what this eclipse is activating for you. Tell me I'm wrong. Tell me I'm wrong. If you don't see it now, just hold on. You're going to see it. All right? That's what that solar eclipse is activated in you, and the universe forced it on you. You probably just woke up and just like, you know what? I don't give up no more. I'm going to be me. That is how this eclipse affected you if you got Virgo in your first house. All right? And remember, when you got Virgo in your first house, Mercury is your chart ruler. It affects your entire chart. So every theme in your life is around communicate. Virgo's about communication as well. What is my self-talk? Retiring to the South Node, negative self-talk. And you are activating positive self-talk with around or with regards to how you show up and what you do, what it is that you do every day. Positive self-talk about your health. I know health lives in the sixth house, but again, when you got Virgo sitting at the top of your chart in that first house, it's a wild card. That energy touches everything. You pay attention to the details of every aspect of your life. That's the superpower of Virgo in the first house. This is why some astrologers feel like that first house sign is even more important than your sun sign, but that's six in one hand, half dozen in the other. Some think the sun is more important. Some think the first house is more important. What's more important to you? Right? Since we're talking about Virgo and retiring what people think. So that's you, Virgo in the first house. Let go of the old, out with the old, out with overthinking, out with overanalyzing yourself. How am I showing up? How am I, fellas, man, what they going to say about my outfit, man? What they going to say about my car? What they going to say about my girl? What they going to say about me? How I'm showing up? All right, what are they going to say? Let that go. Ladies, what are they going to say about my hair? What are they going to say about my look? Do I have on too? What are they going to say if I change this lip color? Or what are they going to say if I start dressing like this? When the truth is, that's how you want to dress on the inside. Be you. It's time to let go of what people think or what people say. Don't matter, because guess what? When you check out of here and you got to turn in your paper and be graded in your life review, ain't none of them people going to be in that grading room with you. It's going to be you and whatever spirit council is grading you on how you lived your life. Yeah, well, you know, we had great plans for you, but you allowed people's thoughts and words about you to affect you. So I guess we can't give you a check on this part right here because you didn't accomplish it well because you cared about what other people thought or said about you. So I'm afraid you're going to have to do that part again. It's like getting left back and repeating a grade. I can tell when somebody's repeating a theme looking at their natal chart because I see a big old fat R in whatever that planet is or that house, retrograde. Oh, retrograde. This person's back here repeating a theme because the last time they showed up, they didn't do this right. So they're being forced to repeat this. All right. And on a rare occasion, I see people that have no retrogrades in their chart. I'm like, that person did everything right the last time they were here. Kudos to them. So I know I spent a lot of time on that. That is Virgo in the first house. Now, you got Virgo in the second house. What is being activated? New ways for you to add to your finance, add to your wealth, add to your values. You're getting analysis now that's going to help activate new ways of doing things on an everyday basis that's going to increase your personal worth, your personal net worth, your value, things that you care about. Things we care about lives in the second house as well. So this eclipse is activating that. What's going out, what needs to go to the South Node is things that you were doing every day that was wasting money. Taurus don't like to waste money. Taurus will spend money. Taurus will splurge, but Taurus don't like to lose money. Taurus is I know a lot of Tauruses. You see, let me tell you something. I got a homegirl right now. I ain't going to say her name on here. I've played tennis with her, and I played tennis with quite a few people, so don't try to figure out who it is if you watch me and you know this. But I got a homegirl right now. When you see her, all you see is luxury. But when you talk to her, she's finding value. She's finding value. Well, actually, I didn't spend as much as you think I did. So while Taurus loves luxury, they like it at a value. Keep that in mind. So what's going out, what's getting eclipsed out, what's going into the South Node is things that you were doing on a daily basis that were perhaps areas where you were wasting money, or you were losing. Maybe you were giving away stuff that you probably didn't need to give away. Maybe you were too much in that opposite energy, that Scorpio energy, where you were sacrificing too much and giving. This eclipse is like, hey, wait a minute. You got Virgo in the second house. You need to be doing stuff every day that's going to increase your value. Your value. Remember, one of the things people say about Taurus is that they're selfish. No, they're not necessarily selfish. They're just going to take care of themselves first. So this eclipse has activated some energy in you that's got you looking at yourself with regards to what it is that you have, what it is that you value, ways that you earn, ways that you make money, ways that you increase your personal net worth. Okay? That's what that's about. My stuff. Second house is my stuff. I have. So it's got you, and it's also got you getting rid of things that perhaps you have that's increasing clutter. You know what? I have too much. Let me get rid of some of this stuff. Okay? All right? And you could have, maybe since it rules over the second house, rules over siblings too. No, that's third house. But the second house, look, maybe you got people that were coming up that were like trying to mooch off you. Hey, I ain't seen you in some years, man. Hey, man, let me hold this. Man, you got a couple of $100, man. I sure could. Nah, I'm not your ATM. All right. Okay. All right. So those are some themes that might come up, some other themes that might come up, or some beneficial themes. Okay. Maybe you get a visit from an old friend or an old financial advisor and say, hey, man, we got some new programs at this particular Acme or XYZ financial planning thing that might benefit you. Hey, just come by. Maybe we'll take a look at your portfolio. Man, I hadn't seen you in years. You still doing financial planning? Yeah, of course. Come on in. Let me talk to you. These are some themes. Remember, it's a two-way street when you got a solar eclipse in the South Node as well. So that's Virgo in the second house. You got Virgo in the third house. Guess what? You're paying more attention now to what you say. You're paying more attention to what you're taking in information-wise. You're analyzing the information that you're taking in, and you're separating. You're doing some separation of wheat and tare. This is good for me. This is not good for me. Remember, Virgo rules over health. So if you got Virgo in that third house, you are also having conversations and analyzing information. The third house rules over information, and analyzing information and perhaps even communication that's coming in. That's not that, and you're judging whether this is good for me or not. The universe is forcing that on you. It's forcing you to see it. That's the beauty of a solar eclipse in Virgo. That energy is forcing you to see it. Virgo is the details. So all of this stuff I've been talking about tonight, y'all, that is the universe forcing you to open your eyes and see what it is in the areas of your life, in these different areas of your life, in the area, in the house that you have Virgo in, or in the sign that you have in the sixth house. The universe is forcing your eyes open and making you take a look at how these different things are affecting your health. Second house affecting the health of your money. But we're talking about the third house, okay? So maybe you're getting details about things that are affecting your communication, okay? So you're getting an activation. Maybe some of y'all are going to be a little bit more forward now with your speech, a little bit forward now with your communication if you got Virgo in that third house, okay? All right? Knowledge. Maybe now the universe is forcing you to learn something. Something has been something that perhaps you always wanted to learn but didn't. South Node energy, you put it away. It's coming back up now. Okay? Let me turn this fan off. Yeah, it's drying my eyes out. So, yeah. So the universe is forcing you to see this thing. The universe is forcing communications on you that are leading to your straightening up, reorganizing your life, reorganizing things, okay? And maybe some of that has to deal with writing. Maybe you're getting a look. Maybe some of y'all are going to start making lists, okay? That's writing. Maybe some of y'all are going to start writing and keeping lists. Maybe some of y'all are going to use technology. Maybe some of y'all are going to use, speaking of technology, I thought about this. I meant to say this with Aquarius in the sixth house. Some of y'all might be using AI. You may find now that you're using artificial intelligence more to help you with regards, because Aquarius rules over artificial intelligence as well. So maybe, and that theme is going to come up here when I get to the 11th house. But I wanted to say that because it was on my mind and I forgot it. Now let's move on to the 4th house. Y'all, it's going to be beneficial for me to do timestamps. So I'm just going to go back and rewatch this video. I didn't do it on the fly, but I will have timestamps for you guys probably by tomorrow. I don't know what day you're watching this if you're watching on demand. Anyway, Virgo in your 4th house, guess what? The universe is forcing you to take a look at your home environment. Take a look at your emotions. It's forcing you. It is forcing information, conversations, communication, because Virgo rules over communication as well. You got it's ruled by Mercury. I shouldn't say it rules over communication. It's ruled by Mercury, just like Gemini. So a lot of these themes are going to be conversation as well, y'all. I needed to say that. All of these themes are going to involve conversation of some sort, whether it's conversation with yourself in your own mind, because Mercury rules over your thoughts as well, or conversations that you're having with others. Okay. And these are conversations around daily tasks and health and that sort of thing. Now, 4th house, again, with this eclipse happening in your 4th house, you're retiring themes of, hang on a second. Pardon me, y'all. So you're retiring themes of family, things that perhaps were not positively affecting the health of your family or having a healthy home environment. Those things are being eclipsed out, and you're being forced to see things and see new ways that you can do things on a daily basis to improve your home life and your emotional health. Virgo in the 4th house to me talks about emotional health. What is the health of your emotions? Okay. Cancer rules over the 4th house naturally, which is ruled by the moon. So that has everything to do with your emotions. So Virgo sitting in the house of emotions and family is forcing you to look at the details, okay, with regards to your emotions and your emotional health. Virgo rules over health. 4th house is about emotions. So it's forcing you to look at your emotional health and improve it. It is an activation. It's an upgrade. It is a software upgrade. It's like your phone cellular provider forcing an update to your phone, or the maker, if it's Samsung or Apple or whatever, forcing down, hey, a software upgrade will occur tonight at 2 o'clock, 3 o'clock, whatever. Same way with these eclipses. Okay. So those are some themes. Virgo, you're getting the details. This is forcing you to reorganize your house. Some of y'all had just got up and gotten on some cleaning spurts, and you didn't even know why you were doing it. You just started cleaning your house up. You started reorganizing things. You started moving stuff, rearranging things. You didn't even know why you did it. It was that eclipse energy. It was something that needed to get done. Eclipses force us to do things that need to get done. Things that need to get done. The eclipses activate that energy. Solar eclipses are activations. Lunar eclipses are purging. Okay? We just had a purge 2 weeks ago. Now we're in this activation mode. That purge was in Pisces, which sits opposite Virgo. It's no accident or coincidence that we've had 2 back-to-back new moons in Virgo. Something needed to get done. Something needed to get cleaned up. Something needed to be, the details of some stuff needed to come out. Okay, let's move on to the 5th house. I said, yeah, 5th house. If you got Virgo in your 5th house, guess what? You're getting details with the universe forced you to get some details or to see some things with regards to things that you do to make you happy. Things that you do that are passionate, things that bring out your inner child, forcing you to bring forth your inner child. Maybe you've been so, again, Virgo rules over daily tasks. Maybe you've been so caught up that you just weren't having fun anymore. So maybe this eclipse is activating some new things with regards to your daily tasks, your daily activities that are bringing the fun back into your life, bringing that inner child out. When you bring that inner child out, you bring that healed, and maybe forcing you to heal your inner child. Virgo rules over health. Maybe there's some themes that are forcing you to heal your inner child. When you do things that are fun, that helps to bring that inner child out. That helps to your overall health. When your happiness is health. Think about that. Happiness is health. So you got Virgo in that 5th house. That is activating that inner child. That is activate. It's also forcing you to see the details of your confidence, forcing you to examine and analyze your confidence. That 5th house is ruled by Leo, which is ruled by the sun, which rules over your solar plexus, which is where your inner confidence and that inner determination and strength come from. That comes from that solar plexus. So maybe this solar eclipse in Virgo is forcing you into some daily activities and some analysis that is going to strengthen your determination. That solar plexus. Upgrades. All right. And maybe some themes creep up that caused you doubt from the past, push them back down. Because that South Node, again, old themes come up with that South Node. Whether it's but the beauty of that South Node with Virgo energy, that Virgo energy is going to allow you to see the difference in what is good for you versus what is not good for you. That's the beauty of it. So that is what helps to check what is coming up out of that South Node. When you get a solar eclipse in the same sign as the South Node, stuff is going to come up. But guess what? With that sign being Virgo and 29 degrees, that rigid 29th degree of Virgo, it's going to allow you to see and examine what is coming up from your past and determine whether it is good for your health or bad for your health. People, places, or things. And you're going to make that determination. It's also going to activate daily tasks that are creative. So you may get some sparks of creativity with this solar eclipse in your 5th house. Maybe you're going to get some new creativity. Maybe your creativity was hampered by a lack of cohesiveness and organization in your workspace. Right? Virgo deals with workspaces as well. So maybe that lack of cohesiveness, or maybe there's clutter in your workspace that was affecting you as an artist. This solar eclipse forced you to clean that up. You didn't even know why you were cleaning up your workspace. You were cleaning up your workspace so new creative energy can pour out of you, can pour into you and then out of you. That's what clutter does, y'all. That's why Virgo is the number one sign for clutter removal. It analyzes, hey, this is good, this is clutter. Clutter is one of the number one ways to block energy. Clutter blocks energy. This is why a lot of spiritual advisors out there, feng shui people to say, hey, I need some help from outside, man. I can't get going. One of the first things they do is they tell you to analyze your area. They'll even have services that come in with you, and they'll that looks out of place. That looks like clutter. What are you using this for? And y'all, sometimes decluttering is just it doesn't mean that you get rid of everything. It just means that you find a place for it. That's one thing I've been doing this past 4 or 5 days, is just examining my spaces. And I'm like, this doesn't go there. This doesn't go there. Let me put this in its proper place. Let me become more mindful about putting things back. When you one of them signs that's on the go all the time, y'all, if you like Capricorn or Sagittarius or Aries, you got these energies that's like always on the go, y'all. It's difficult or it's a challenge sometimes staying clutter free, because what happens is a lot of times you pull something out to use it and then you leave it where you put it instead of putting it back where it goes. And over time, this clutter accumulates, and then you all in your head and you frustrated. You don't know why you're frustrated. Clean up. As soon as you clean things up and put things back where they go, then you're like, I can think now. Everything's energy, y'all. Okay. So maybe with this solar eclipse happening in your 5th house of creativity, maybe that's the universe forcing you to see the clutter in your space that's being a hindrance to your creativity. Okay. So those are just some themes for Virgo in the 5th house. If you got Virgo in your 6th house, that's the natural ruler for it. That's the natural ruler. The universe is simply like a wild card. It's home. Your Virgo is at home in the 6th house. It's the natural ruler. So this eclipse in 29 degrees Virgo forced you to pay attention to detail in general. Pay attention to detail in general that affects your daily habits, your daily routines, and your health. It just came in and forced you to pay attention to the details, and then out with the old, in with the new. Old habits are being retired. New habits are coming forth. New daily habits, daily routines are coming forth. Also, talking about the South Node, perhaps some things come up that you used to do that you stopped doing that were good for you. You see them now because they're in the South Node. The South Node is activated by the eclipse in the same sign. Okay, so it's like, hey, you know what? I used to do that, man. That is what I used to do. I know a person in particular that pulled out an old manual that she was keeping for part of her fitness journey that she hadn't touched in 15, 20 years. She went and looked through some stuff. She said, hey, there's my old man. How in the world did I get away from doing this? This is what I need to be doing. How did I get away from it? Boom, already getting results. Already getting results. That's that South Node. That South Node brings up old themes. The Virgo allows you to analyze it and see, was that something that was good for you that you got away from? But it also allows you to analyze, hey, was that something that was bad for you that's trying to stick its head back up? Boom. You're going to see the difference and you're going to deal with it accordingly. Don't fear. Don't fear, because I'm here to tell you that I'm going to say 99.9%. That 0.1% is you. But 99.9%, you are not going to allow any old themes that negatively affected you to come back up. You'll see them and you're going to be like, nah, devil, not today. Not today. Go right back where you come from. Go right back to that pit. I smelled the sulfur before you appeared. You can go right back where you came from. And here, take this can of spray with you, because don't nobody want to smell like down there either. That's Virgo in the 6th, okay? Virgo in the 7th. If you got Virgo in the 7th, then of course this has activated the details and analysis. This eclipse energy has forced you to analyze your partnerships, business relationship or romantic relationship. What they say? Oh yeah, she called herself trying to like somebody. He called himself liking her. This is allowing you to analyze those relationships if you have Virgo in your 7th. Okay, the universe has forced you to see the details about your relationships so that you can perform better. And if it's business, some daily tasks that is going to improve your business partnership. You're gonna get an upgrade with regards to your daily tasks. You're gonna get some information that's going to help you to improve your business partnerships. If it's business, if it is a quote unquote romantic partnership or whatever, or a spouse or whatever, you're going to get the details that's going to help you to improve that relationship. Those are coming up. Okay. And you're going to go out with the old. You know what? This doesn't work. Let's stop doing this thing right here. This doesn't work. Hey, our company's we've lost money for 3-4 quarters straight doing this thing. We got to stop doing this thing. No, it's going to hit eventually. It hadn't hit for 4 quarters. Let's stop. Let's change course. Let's do something different. Let's do something different every day to reinvigorate this business. Let's do something every day to reinvigorate this relationship. Okay? Let's do that. Let's stop doing the old. Let's let this thing that doesn't work, let's retire that to the South Node. Okay? But guess what? Some details may come up. Maybe there were some things that you used to do. Maybe some of y'all used to go on dates and then you got so busy after you tied the knot that you stopped doing the things that got y'all together in the first place. Maybe those themes come back up. Hey, you remember when we used to, every whatever day of the week, we used to go and do this, that, and the third? Maybe we need to start doing that again. South Node. Okay? Or here come an old relationship. Hey, girl. I was coming through the neighborhood. I've been studying a little astrology. I know things is coming up. And, I've been thinking about the good things we had back in the day. And, we fell out a little bit. But, when it was good, wasn't it, baby girl? Wasn't it? And you say, nah, devil. Nah. I smelled you before I saw you. Go right back where you came from. All right? All right? Or perhaps, maybe that's the South Node. Maybe somebody comes up from your past. Maybe somebody comes up from your past that actually was good for you, but for whatever reason, it didn't work out then. The universe is bringing that back around so that it can work out. You know what? I was in the wrong place at that time, but here we are. I'm feeling this. Are you feeling this? Yeah, you feeling this? We back. Okay? Those are some themes for if you have Virgo in your 7th house. If you got Virgo in your 8th house, you're getting details about things that help you to transform. We talked about that 8th house in my last live stream. The 8th house is the house of magnetism. That is how you manifest. Maybe your manifestation game has been weak. And now you're getting the details on how to change what it is that you do to bring that manifestation energy back and get it back on 10. Begin manifesting again. Begin transforming again. You start paying attention to the details. You got Virgo in the 8th. Okay? Remember what I said in that manifestation video, that when you got, with the exception being Taurus, when you got an earth sign in that 8th house, you got to work a little bit at your manifestation. You got to work harder for it, especially if it's Capricorn, okay? Because Capricorn's ruled by Saturn. Virgo's ruled by Mercury. You got to pay attention to the details and you got to work at it. Daily task, something you got to work a little bit harder than the other elements to bring those manifestations into your reality. So guess what this solar eclipse did? It activated the details. It showed you what it is that you need to do to invigorate or ignite your manifestation capabilities. Okay? And what does that do? That's ultimately going to improve your health, mental and or physical, because you got Virgo in that 8th house of manifestation, that 8th house of transformation. Maybe you're transforming your health now. Maybe you start doing something differently to transform your health. Okay? And maybe it's got something that maybe there's some sacred energy exchange energy in there as well. I don't want to talk about that too much with this Virgo energy in the 8th house, but if the shoe fits, wear it. Maybe there's something with regards to your sacred energy exchange life that you get the details on that's going to improve that health. Or maybe you're going to find out that, hey, maybe that's partnership energy in that 8th house. Maybe you're going to find out that partner ain't really healthy for you, physically and or spiritually. The spiritual is what you need to pay more attention to. Sometimes people get lost in the physical and they don't see that spiritual connotation, that maybe that spiritual can be for the good or for the bad when you're talking about sacred energy exchange. That's why you have to be careful with your partnerships when it comes to that. All right. That's Virgo in the 8th. If you got Virgo in the 9th house, I love that for you. I love that for you. That 9th house is ruled by Jupiter. That's where your gifts are. So you're getting fresh new energy on your ability to analyze, your ability to perform your daily tasks. Okay, that's a fresh activation. That's an upgrade on top of an upgrade, because you already probably do that better than most because you got Virgo in the house where your gifts live. Okay, so there's some activation there that's going to improve that even. It's going to give you details also, perhaps, about maybe some higher knowledge, details about some higher knowledge, details about how you perform your tasks on a daily basis. What is the 9th house? The 9th house is about wisdom sharing. So it's about teaching. Maybe you get an upgrade in your capabilities to teach. You're teaching every day. You're teaching others. Okay. Travel. Maybe you expand more. Maybe your expansiveness just got a big boost. Maybe it's the 9th house. I call the house of freedom as well. 9th house and the 11th house. Aquarius is the liberator, and the 9th house is about freedom and exploration and expansion. So maybe there could be some themes that come up from the South Node that try to constrict you. Sagittarius energy, 9th house energy does not like to be constricted. Okay. Also, you may get some new details arising with regards to religion and spirituality. And when I say religion, I'm talking about religion the way it was originally intended to be taught and learned. Religion, 9th house religion is what, quote unquote, Christ was teaching. Yeshua, the Messiah, Yahushai, whatever name you use that everybody thinks they know the right name. I really don't care. What energy are you invoking? Where's your intent going? That works. That works. Some people still use Jesus. I ain't mad at you either. Where's your intent? Who are you invoking? What energy are you invoking? What frequency are you invoking? That energy, what he taught, that is the real religion. That's what 9th house religion looks like. The Pharisees, what they were teaching is pretty much what we see today in religion. In the 3 Abrahamic religions, you should call them Pharisean, because they're the doctrine of control. I'm the way you get to God. You get to God through me. No, it ain't. No, it ain't. What did the Messiah teach? He taught you get to God by going within. So maybe you're getting more details on what religion truly is and what it truly means. Maybe my saying this right now is a part of that activation. I didn't plan to say that. Maybe that's part of that activation. Y'all see how this cosmic energy works? This cosmic energy comes straight from the divine, straight from the Most High, straight from Ahaya, straight from Eye, the universal I am, the Force. If you're a Star Wars fan, the Force is in control of everything. Yeah, there's forces of darkness, but they're there to tempt you. They got no power over the Force. Star Wars, you got the Force, and then you got the dark side. What do they always say? Don't give in to the dark side. That theme is found in Scripture. Walk in the Spirit, and you won't fulfill the lust or temptations of the flesh. That's the dark side. If you're walking in the force and you're staying in the force, stay in the light, Luke. Use the force, Luke. Don't give in to the dark side. That means you ain't in the dark. The dark can only tempt you to come into it. Let me get off this. I don't even know. I'm about to go down a tangent, but that's Virgo in the 9th house. Maybe I just gave a bunch of y'all some 9th house details that you needed to hear. That's part of that solar eclipse activation. And maybe with that, maybe some of y'all are coming out of this Abrahamic religious doctrine because some of y'all have learned the truth and some of y'all are beginning to walk in the spirit, aka walk in spirituality. But maybe this eclipse is bringing up some old pastors or some old people from your old churches saying, you know, you need to leave that stuff alone. That stuff is satanic. That's from the devil. It's all designed to pull you back under that Saturnian control. Ooh, I don't want to go to hell. They say the rapture coming and Jesus coming back. I don't want him to leave me. Oh, okay. But it felt like it was liberating me. It was beginning to liberate. No, it ain't liberating. That's the trick of the devil. Oh, okay. And then you're back in there bound again. Retire that. This activation is allowing you to see that, see the details, and be able to know the difference so that you can move accordingly. One thing about Virgo energy, anybody that knows Virgos don't play. They don't play with nobody. Virgo is that sign that got kicked out of school because they wouldn't go to recess. Nah, y'all go play. I got some more details I need to look at. That's Virgo energy, okay? So, do the right thing. If you got Virgo in your 10th house, we're almost done, y'all. If you got Virgo in your 10th house, what are you looking at? You get some details about your career. You got some details. This thing is activating some career upgrades. It's activating some details and some analysis with regards to your career choices, how you show up in the public, okay? How you show up in the public. What are you retiring to the South Node? You're retiring what people care about, what you do for your career choice. You're retiring thinking or worrying about what people have to think or say about what it is that you do for your career, or how you show up in the public, how you show up outside of the home. The 10th house sits opposite the 4th house of home. The 10th house is public, how you appear outside of the home, but it's ruled by Capricorn. So guess what? You're also getting some details that's allowing you to overcome some major obstacle with Virgo in the 10th house. Okay? Virgo in the 10th house, you're getting some details about how to overcome. Remember the video I did? Your 10th house sign shows you how you overcome problems, how you overcome obstacles. That is the energy that you need to operate in to overcome obstacles. So maybe you have gotten away from looking at details. Maybe you've gotten too busy to look at details. This eclipse is activating or reactivating that inner joy and passion for paying attention to the details. How I achieve, how I overcome this obstacle, how I climb to the top is directly tied to what I do every day. Virgo in the 10th house. Virgo in the 10th house. It's tied to what you do every day. Okay? All right? And perhaps that is giving you some details on the health of your career. Is this career healthy for me? Is what I'm doing making me sick physically and or mentally? The company I used to work at, I'm not going to name. There were some people that were called, there's a guy in particular whose name comes to mind. He was considered a rock star. Everybody in my business unit, I'm going to try to keep it broad. Everybody in my business unit they heralded this guy. Wow, this guy's getting all of these awards. His customers love him. He's all over the place. But guess what? He wasn't never at home. He was always on the road. He ended up with a weird cough, went to the doctor. The doctor's like, you need to go to the ER. ER said, we need to admit you. It wasn't a few days later, they were pumping him full of chemo, and then he wasn't there anymore. He worked himself sick and to death, literally. He worked himself to death. So maybe you're getting some details about how is my career affecting my health? And then you're going out with the old and with the new. It's activating hey, this is not healthy for me. I'm not doing this anymore. I don't care how much money it pays. For all of the money that guy was making, somebody else had to spend it. Somebody else had to spend that life insurance policy, and he was young. He was young, relatively. So maybe this solar, Matt, why you keep saying lunar? This solar eclipse is showing you details about your career and having you examine how healthy is what I'm doing for me. Or is there something I need to change to, or I'm paying attention to something that there's a problem that I need to solve, or something that an obstacle I need to overcome. This eclipse is activating the details for what it is that you need to do in order to overcome that problem, in order to achieve success, in order to get over that obstacle and hit that mark that you wanted. Okay, that career achievement. Again, old themes might come up. Old themes might come up. You're going to analyze them. You push them down. Now that doesn't serve me. Or maybe you got passed up for a promotion or a job or a role at another company or something, and what you were doing over here was wearing on you. And then out of the blue, somebody comes up and says, hey, we talked to you about 5-6 years ago, and we didn't have a position for you then, but we've been looking at your LinkedIn and you're doing some amazing things. We'd like to offer you a job. We want you to be a part of our team. What are your thoughts? Are you happy where you are now? Actually, I'm not. I'd love to. I mean, what I'm doing is okay, but you don't ever want to say you're not happy. All right. Pro tip. Don't tell somebody you're not happy. Say, well, you know what? I feel like I fulfilled everything I wanted to do at this particular company, and now I'm looking at some other opportunities. I mean, I love what I did here. You got to like the people, like what you do. Okay. I love what I did here, but you know what? I feel like I've done everything. I've achieved everything I wanted to achieve over here. And to be honest with you, I have been looking at some other opportunities. Oh, that's great news. Yeah, we'd love that. Hey, can we get you in for an interview? No, don't send me your resume. We've seen you. We know what you're about. We wish we could have hired you 5 years ago. We didn't have a spot for you. That's how these things work, y'all. That's how they work. All right. On to the 11th. If you have Virgo in your 11th house, okay, Virgo in your 11th house, you are getting details on ways that you can be innovative, ways that you can create new processes for the groups that you're in, new ways to turn groups around that you're a part of, new ways to represent, new ways to stand up and help. The 11th house is the house of liberation. It's ruled by Aquarius. Unconventional. You got Virgo, you're getting some details, or you're coming up that this eclipse has activated some unconventional ways for you to do what you do in those groups. All right. That's going to improve the health of the group and or you. The health of the group and or you. Okay. Is this activity healthy for us as a group? Is this a good thing for us as a group to be doing? Okay. That's Virgo in the 11th. Are you some themes that are being retired with that? Are you overgiving? Have you been overgiving to that group? Have you been giving more than you've been getting back? And with us heading into Libra season, I was just talking about that reciprocity. That is one of the principles of Mayat. Equal give and take. Balance and reciprocity is about equal give and take. Some of you have been giving way too much to these groups and you've not been getting anything out of it, or you've been underappreciated. And not that you're looking for it, but it's like Virgo is an acts of service type of energy. And so you've been serving these groups, and maybe they haven't been giving maybe you've not been getting back what you've been putting into it. Maybe you've been, remember, we're retiring these themes of overgiving. We're retiring these themes of caring what people in this group think about you. Caring what people might say about you. If you're in a group where people are talking about you and and Virgo knows, sun, moon, or rising, Virgo knows when somebody's talking about them. You're in a group where people are talking about you, but you staying in that group, that's having an adverse effect on your mental health and your physical health, perhaps. It's having an adverse effect. God, I hate showing up with this group, man. This group, man, they don't listen to me. They take my ideas and they'll take my idea for something. I'll come up with a new way to help this group. They'll take my idea and give it to somebody else, and then that person gets the credit for it, and they put no thought power in that whatsoever. And then they giving this person this kudos at this group celebration or whatever. And then I'm back here, and I'm when it looks like I want to leave, they come back around. No, girl, we like, no, girl, we gonna give you your flowers. We gonna give you your flowers. Oh, nah, bro, man, we got you, man. We got you, man. Just hang in there, bro. We got you. And they don't. That's negatively affecting. Put that in the South Node. this eclipse is activating, they're showing you the details, forcing you to see them. Okay. What is it doing? It's upgrading that daily task, that daily routine. Virgo is about removing clutter. So you're removing energetic clutter from your group participation. I'm not overgiving. Now, you know what? This ain't the place I need to be anymore. Remember, the Most High wants to give you guys something sometimes, but your hands are full because you're holding on to something that's crap. You can't get anything in your hands when your hands are full. You got to empty what's in your hands, go and clean them, and then your hands are now open to receive. So maybe there's some new group that would actually appreciate the service that you're giving to it, Virgo, service. Appreciate your ability to organize, help them get organized. But you holding on to this old group. Eclipse that into that south node. Eclipse it into the south node. All right. And if it tries to come back up, you've already seen. Now, I've been there, done that. I've seen it. We ain't doing that. We're not doing that. Okay. Maybe there's a group that really needs your insight. Virgos are all about insight as well. Maybe there's a group that needs your insight that actually you're going to help set somebody free. You're going to help liberate some people. You can't do it when you're holding on to this old group. Okay. I know that's a little bit more heavier spin on that 11th house, but guess what? That 11th house is ruled by Aquarius. That's Uranus and Saturn. That rule over Uranus. Aquarius is ruled by, which rules over the 11th house, is ruled by Uranus and Saturn. So you got two planetary rulers of that 11th house. Some of the stuff is going to be heavy. But guess what? With heavy responsibility comes heavy rewards. So be willing to let go of that old stuff. And remember, with it being Uranus, guess what? Sudden, unexpected activity. Sudden, unexpected activity. So maybe out of the blue, you get these details you get these details shot into your reality. And you know what you do out of the blue? You go to that new opportunity that has just presented itself with this eclipse and let the old go. That's enough of that 11th house. Finally, if you got Virgo in your 12th house, ruled by Pisces, Virgo in your 12th house, guess what? You are probably working in a mental health capacity. You're maybe some sort of counselor or something like that. Well, guess what this eclipse is doing? This eclipse is giving you new details about, or it could be giving you details about your subconscious mind. Some things could come up out of your subconscious and you allow you to analyze those in order to improve your life subconsciously. But guess what? If you're working as a counselor of some sort, the 12th house deals with mental health institutions. It deals with prisons or that sort of thing. If you're doing any type of daily tasks in those capacities, this is activating new insight into that, fresh insight, fresh details on ways that you can improve your daily tasks in those areas. Okay. If you're a spiritual teacher or a spiritual advisor, you're getting new information that's going to update your ability to perform your spiritual work. And guess what? With that, that's Pisces energy. So guess what? Again, well, with that, the beauty is with that lunar eclipse in Pisces that also happened in the same sign as Neptune and Saturn. Remember, that energy actually 2 weeks ago benefited you because it removed the illusion. So guess what? The illusions are gone. You can see clearly now. You can see clearly. Anything that comes up out of the south node, you already know it because guess what? Virgo in the 12th house, which rules over which ruled by Pisces, which is a sign that knows. Guess what? You get details that increase your knowledge as a seer. Okay. Not that Virgo is a seer, but in a sense, Virgo is, because it's just a more grounded type of seer energy. It's not quite the watery. It's not its watery counterpart, which is Pisces. But those two energies work together because one helps the other to be grounded, and the other helps the other one not to be so rigid and to expand its imagination. So with Pisces, with that 12th house ruling over the imagination, guess what? You may get this solar eclipse may have activated some details that help your imagination to expand. So that you get new insight, new information. You declutter your mind, you declutter your subconscious, and it's going to make you sharper spiritually. Okay. All right. So some of you work with spiritual tools like crystals and such. Speaking of which, let me tell y'all something, man. If y'all not up on it, get you some black tourmaline. Get you some black tourmaline. That's that. I'm telling you. Especially if you got a powerful heart chakra, because it works with it. Get you some black tourmaline. All right. I'm going to tell you something about this black tourmaline. This thing is like, this thing sitting on my chest, which is where my heart chakra is centered. This thing is like that Wonder Woman truth lasso. I'm telling you, when I'm around high vibrational people, no effect whatsoever. Hey, how you doing? They're high vibrational, whatever. We vibing. But guess what? If I'm around somebody who's low vibrational or they're fake, for some reason, it's like my wearing this black tourmaline exposes that energy about them. It's like they start wilding out. You be looking at them like, why are you acting like that? I have not seen it fail, y'all. I've not seen it fail. It's like when I got this on, it illuminates when somebody is like low vibrational, especially now if they low vibrational and ain't trying to hide it, you don't need no black tourmaline. You can see it coming. This exposes them fake people, man. This exposes them fake people. And it doesn't just do it. Remember, energy is boundless. It doesn't just do it in person. I've seen fake people, or I've seen people short circuit in the comments of my videos. I'm like, where'd that come from? Oh man, I had the black tourmaline on. This person right here is showing you who they really are when I wear it. So, man, listen, if you up on crystals and you're into it, and you're a spiritual person, you high vibrational, you got a powerful heart chakra, even solar plexus chakra, get you some black tourmaline. You don't need a big crystal, whatever. You can get a small one, but pray before you do it. Go within, find out if that's something that you're supposed to be doing. Don't listen to Matt. Don't do anything that you're not supposed to be doing. Okay. If something inside of you says that doesn't work for me, then don't do it. Nobody told me to get any black tourmaline. I was just in a crystal shop one day and I was like, you know what? I think I'm going to wear a crystal necklace. I hear people talk about them. What should I get? What do you recommend? She's like, I can't tell you what crystal to get. She said, just go to them. She said, your energy is going to draw you to whatever it is that you're supposed to get. I ended up with a black tourmaline. Okay. I had some other ones too, but I got this black tourmaline one. And for some reason, I feel like I just started seeing it this year. Maybe it was always happening and I wasn't aware of it. But for some reason, these past 6 months or so, maybe it's because it's a 9 years, a lot of energetic stuff happening. I've been seeing just this, wearing this black tourmaline. When I got it on, I'm telling you, people who low vibrational, but they trying to hide it, it's like the mask falls off. And whatever evil is in them, it starts coming up. I'm like, why are you acting like that? You know what I mean? Some of y'all remember the story I told y'all about when I took my dog to the groomer and the chick was wilding out. And she was kind of goth themed too, which is kind of weird. She had the black nail polish, the earrings everywhere. And I ain't tripping on you if you goth, you do your thing. I'm just telling you what was going on in that locale where I was at. I'm taking the dog there, and she starts getting nasty with me and wilding out. And I was like, nah, I ain't leaving my dog here. Some of y'all remember that story. So anyway, check in with yourself, check in with your spirit guides, pray about it, meditate on it. If black tourmaline is right for you, it's like that truth lasso, that Wonder Woman. When Wonder Woman from back in the day, those of y'all that remember the Wonder Woman show, she and then toss that truth lasso around somebody and force them to tell the truth. This thing is like a truth lasso of sorts, because it exposes somebody who is phony, that they got some low vibrational energy in them, but they faking like they high vibrational. That's good information to have in this day and time. That's good information to have. So that's for somebody. That ain't for everybody. But again, that concludes Virgo in the 12th house. So I'm done with all of the houses, y'all. I'm going to go and check some comments, and we're going to wrap this video up. Let me go back up here and see what we got. All right. Thank y'all for being here tonight. Thank y'all for those of y'all that stayed through all the way to the end. I'm going to have to rewatch this video and put my timestamps in it, because this needs to be timestamped. When I was going through this in my mind, and literally, if I showed y'all my notes, I got 3. Let me see. I'm not going to put my notes on the screen, but I got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 bullet points, y'all. 5, really 4. I wanted to talk about the two-way traffic effect. I wanted to talk about how this solar eclipse activation works in those 2 ways. I wanted to talk about, go through the 6 houses, run through the signs in the 6th house, and then run through Virgo through the 12 houses. That's it. I'm like, when I looked at it, I was like, I should be done in an hour and a half tops. And here we are, 2 hours and 9 minutes. But y'all know, that must be my spirit guy saying, Matt, we told you this. We told you to retire We talking about Virgo. I got Virgo in the 11th house. I'm here dealing with a group, and I'm over explaining and thinking about what y'all might think about me being on here for 2 hours and 9 minutes. Retiring, Matt. If they want to go, they're going to click off. They always say it. They say, Matt, I'm going to finish watching this tomorrow, whatever. So thank y'all to those of y'all that have stayed here for all of this time. It's funny, man. Your spirit guides, man. This thing is real, man. Your angels, your spirit guides, your ancestors, they always pop you upside your head when you're like, bro, practice what you preach. You want to hear telling people to retire, thinking or caring what people might think or say, and here you go explaining yourself. Cut it out. So all of y'all with all of these Virgo placements, Virgo, sun, moon, rising, or whatever house you got Virgo in, or whatever sign you got in your 6th house, stop explaining to people. Stop it. Stop it. If you ain't teaching something where you got to explain something and break it down to a student, stop explaining yourself. Explain the subject matter. There it is for y'all. There it is. Okay. Explain the subject matter. Explain the material, but don't explain yourself. Stop explaining yourself explain yourself to people that matter to you. Yes, absolutely. That's about that balance. Okay. Be balanced. Explain yourself to people that matter to you where applicable. But for people that ain't like in your, and I'm not saying that y'all of course matter to me, but what I'm saying is I don't need to be on here explaining myself. The material is the material. The material is the material. And however long it takes to break it down is however long it takes to break it down. Everybody ate off this tonight. Everybody did. So, when you're serving food, hopefully you're at the front of the line. Sometimes you're at the back of the line. My last name starts with a T. I was always at the back when we was in grade school, and they would line people up in alphabetical order. I'm like, dang, man, how I get stuck with this T for a last initial? And every now and then, God bless me with a teacher that said, we're always starting at A. This time we're going to start at the back of the alphabet and line everybody up from Z to A. Like, yes. Anyway, so that's all I got, y'all. Let me read these comments and respond to you guys in the comments, and then we're gonna wrap it up. Thank y'all for being here tonight. All right, let's see what we got here. Okay, let's see. Okay. All right, let's see what we got. Fran King said 100% spot on. I don't care. LOL. Okay, I wish I had seen that to know the context of what I was saying at the time, but thank you for adding that, Fran. Tora Girl, she said you're on TR. Tracy's Y sources, tarot facts, got rid of it all. Got you, Tracy. Thank you for being here. Thank you for being here tonight. Allie Rue, how are you? What's up, Allie? What is up, Allie? Allie, like one of my favorites in the Allie. Me and Allie go way back. Thank you, Allie. Thank you, Allie. All y'all, really. Tora Girl, Lady Dagger status. I ain't slighting nobody. Okay. Let's see. What else we got here? She said, LOL, stop talking about me, but I don't like the clutter too much. Makes you crazy. That is very true. That clutter, everything is energy. When your space is cluttered, it clutters your mind. It clutters your energetic. It slows down your flow. It blocks up your energy flow. So yeah, absolutely. She said, I think of it as organized chaos sometimes. Sometimes that's necessary. But this is why we have the equinoxes. We got a spring equinox and a fall equinox. The equinoxes are times to bring things back into balance. We bring things back into balance at the head of the year, which is spring, and then we bring things back into balance at the beginning of the descent, which is fall. That's why they call Aries, or the Aries, which rules over the first house. They call the first house the ascendant. That's where we begin the rise. And then you got the 7th house they call the descendant. That's where we begin the fall. All right, that's how that works. Fair Use, what's up, Fair Use? Thank you for being here tonight. Let's see what we got here. Okay. LOL, the voice. Y'all know I make them voices sometimes. I do. Let's see. One Rare Jewel, Virgo on the 11th. I'm right there with you. She said, always serving. Yeah. But this is the season. Listen, keep serving, but keep serving in ways where you're not overgiving. Now is the season of balance. Now is the season of balance, because what's going on in the earth is the separation of the wheat and the tare. And when I told y'all with this Virgo, with this solar eclipse in Virgo, with Virgo being in the South Node, I told y'all that energetically, cosmically, spiritually, we're now beginning. That is initiated the cycle of the work stoppage that I told y'all is coming. That work stoppage is coming. It's prophesied in Jeremiah chapter 30, verse 8. Y'all write that down. I'm not going to bring it up now because I'm getting ready to wrap up. But write down Jeremiah 30:8. That's the work stoppage that's coming. When this event happens, we don't know what's happening with this 3-eye atlas or whatever. Whatever this event is that's coming, when it comes, there's going to be a work stoppage. Just talking with my dad, he's like, well, what does that mean? I said, Dad, after the death angel left, after the death angel came in to ancient Kemet, ancient Egypt, and would basically hit every house that didn't have the blood of the lamb over the doorpost, and then Pharaoh finally got it. And it's like, all right, this last plague was too much. Y'all go. Get that up out of here. Go. I don't ever want to see you again. That was a work stoppage. All of that labor, all that free labor ended, and it was time for them to go to a new place. Okay? What happened after that? He was like, wait a minute, man. We done lost all our productivity. Go back there and get them and bring them back here. All right? And y'all know the rest. The rest is history. But that was a work stoppage. That work stoppage is coming again. We just don't know when it's going to happen. But when it happens, all work is going to cease. Go read Jeremiah 30:8. So there it is. Always serving until we ain't going to have to no more. One rare jewel. Thank you for adding that. Thank you for adding that. Space Elf said, this is a sign for me. I just got some black tourmaline recently. I'm going to turn it into a pendant. There you go. You'll see what I'm talking about, Space Elf. You'll see. You will see. Thank you, Rare Jewel. She said, take your time. Thank you so much. She said, hey, good tonight. I appreciate that. I appreciate that. Okay, Bernadette said, excellent live as always. Thank you, Matt. Good night, family. Listen, y'all, that's all I got. Thank y'all for being here tonight. Before we get off of here, if y'all haven't hit the like button, please hit that like button on your way out the door. It really helps out the channel. Because this is not, you hear people talk, this is not a monetized channel. I've told y'all that. I already knew that even when I became eligible for it, I'm like, y'all ain't gonna monetize this content. But guess what? My benefit don't come from you. My benefit come from the Most High. So y'all can eat one. I'm gonna be nice. Y'all can eat one. Y'all know what that one is. All right. It's shaped like the number one. Okay. All right. Yeah. That. Anyway, let me not go down that path. All right. Thank y'all. Listen, if you, again, hit the like button if you haven't done so on your way out. If you're new to the channel and you like being entertained, educated, uplifted, inspired, please hit that subscribe button and make sure that your notification bell is set to all so you'll be notified when I drop new content. Again, I want to say this for those of y'all that want a powerful, new, life-changing read, check out my new book. The link is in the description box. Check out my new book on twin flames, understanding and solving the problem of the avoidant / dismissive divine masculine. When you read that book, you will understand and understand and overstand and outerstand why I have the word problem in quotes on the cover and in the book title. Y'all, please check that out. That's how y'all can help me out as a content provider. It is challenging being an independent author. It's very challenging being an indie author, but let me tell you something. It does give you the liberty to not have somebody standing over your shoulder telling you what they're going to accept and what they're not going to accept. So I got no choice but to be free. That's me. That's what I'm going to be. Okay. In my 7th house of partnership, I'm an Aries. If I can't do it the way I want to do it, then we ain't doing it. I'm still going to do it. We ain't doing it. That's how that 7th house Aries go. Talk to any Libra rising, you're going to find that same energy. All right. If I can't do it, if we can't do it the way I want it done, then we ain't going to do it. But I'm still going to do it. That's how that works. All right. Stand in that. So y'all, please check out my work as an author. That helps me tremendously. If y'all loving these lives, y'all going to love what I write. It's matte in print. Y'all getting matte in print. Okay. So if y'all loving these lives, y'all check out my work. Go to www.talfadarts.com/collections/books. The links to all of my books are in the description box. If you're an ebook person, that's perfect. I'm available on Amazon Kindle and Apple iBooks. And for those of y'all that like to hold the physical book in your hands, okay, Amazon is going to have the this latest book available for print purchase on Amazon starting in October. But for now, you don't have to wait. You can get it from my website. Amazon is not going to have any autographed copies of my book. Okay, they're going to be vanilla. If you want a signature and a nice little message in there from me, you got to get it from my website, www.talfadarts.com. Share that with your friends, share it with your family. I got some powerful narratives that are going to be, y'all know what I do. I entertain, I educate, I uplift, and I inspire. Everything I write does that. Okay. 2 of my books are here, From Fear to Faith, The Survivor Story. That's my story of overcoming a battle with a deadly form of the C word in 2010 to 2011. And then here's my latest book, Twin Flames. I got another one, fiction. My first fiction book ever published is called Stuck in an Elevator. All right. Stuck in an Elevator. It's about a 1 hour read. It's going to grab your attention and hold it. And a bunch of y'all going to be mad when you get to the end because you're going to be like, where's part 2? That's the biggest comment I get from people that read Stuck in an Elevator. I also get a lot of people saying that they saw themselves in the pages of Stuck in an Elevator. So y'all check out Stuck in an Elevator. It's fictitious. It's completely fictitious. It is 100% fiction. It's not me giving you something that happened with me in print. That's no. I'm way too private for that. I would never do that. Okay. So that is Stuck in an Elevator. And for those of y'all that are into tennis, you have to get my book, Captain's Mate. You can get that in print. Okay. Captain's Mate. It is a guide for tennis captains, adult league players, and high school coaches. So if you fall in that realm, if you're learning tennis, if you play tennis, if you a USTA league player like myself, speaking of old themes that came up, y'all, let me show y'all this real quick. Okay. Boss lady found this old newspaper clipping of me online playing tennis. And this is just more evidence of old themes coming up. Let me share that. Let me share that picture, y'all. This is crazy. I got to show y'all this. Okay. Let me move it over here. Is this a JPEG or a PNG? Let me do this. Hang on. Let's do it like this. Hang on. Let me show y'all this before I get off of here. Talk about old themes, y'all. You can't make this stuff up, man. This Virgo eclipse in the South Node brings up old themes. All right. Let's make it a little bit bigger. Okay, y'all, let me show y'all this. This was mine. I'd forgotten that I was actually featured in the sports section of the local newspaper. And of all of the people out there playing in that tournament that particular day, they chose to take a picture of me. I thought that was the coolest thing. And this is from 2005. See, you can't make this stuff up, y'all. You can't make it up. This is your boy setting up to hit a backhand slice. Now, I don't remember if I won that match or lost it. I'm going to say I won it. All right. But yeah, that's your boy right there setting up to hit a backhand slice. And I had just learned to play like 3 years before that. So I wasn't nearly as good as I am now, but that was a tournament. That was one of my dreams, is to play tournament tennis. I ain't no pro. I haven't been a tennis pro. Ain't gonna be a tennis pro. But to play amateur tennis and be able to have some fun, I thought that was pretty cool. So I wanted to share that with y'all, talking about old themes coming up. Who knew that picture was out there? I didn't. But boss lady was doing some stuff on the computer, and she found that old newspaper clipping online, and I was just like, wow. So that's pretty cool. That was pretty cool. So anyway, y'all, that's all I got. That's all I got. So thank y'all for being here tonight. And I love you guys so much. You have no idea the amount of joy you guys give me. You guys have no idea sometimes how tired I am before I get started with these lives, and just I get invigorated by knowing I'm gonna get to come on here and rap with y'all for a while. So thank y'all so much. So on the way out, listen again. Tell somebody you love them and mean it. How do you mean it? It's easy. You got to show it. Love is a verb. Too much. We focus too much on the noun version of love, which everybody wants. Everybody wants to feel love and experience it. But guess what? When you show love, there'll be love. When you show love, there'll be love. When you produce that energy, that energetic atmosphere of love, there'll be love. So work on the verb form of it, and the noun form will take care of itself. And last but not least, y'all, I say this all the time, authenticity. Authenticity is the only vehicle that is going to drive you to your destiny. Authenticity. It's the only vehicle that you can get in to drive, fly, or ride a rail to your destiny. If you are not being in alignment with your authentic self, you can't achieve your destiny, because your destiny is tied to the authentic version of you. Okay. So she said had to go get her flirt on. Okay. She got some seventh house activity going on there. I ain't mad at you, fair use. I ain't mad at you. Lucky him. All right. So anyway, y'all have a great evening, man. I love hanging out with you guys. I wish you all the best. And again, work with the energy. Don't work against it. All right. And you're going to go where you need to go. Don't be like Jonah. Jonah worked against it. He ended up, you can work with the energy and get there smelling and looking fresh, or you can work against the energy and get where you were destined to go, smelling like fish guts. All right. I don't think anybody wants to show up at anybody's shore smelling like fish guts. All right. So that's all I got, y'all. Y'all have a great one. Peace.